Okay, I'm hoping now not to have the same problem I just had where I started recording the fucking thing and then ran out of hard drive space. Yeah, I got 15 gigabytes. There's no way in fuck that's gonna happen. This is not in service 2. Can't we all just get along? It's a question, but it doesn't have a fucking question mark, because why would it? Why would it? So, I'm fairly sure that this woman is Christina from the Christina book, hence why I'm not showing her on the screen. But there is a stolen photo of this woman as the cover of this shitty book because Stetson's not a complete scumbag. That is also a really shit photo as well. Like, not saying anything about the people involved in the photo, I'm just saying, like, that is the worst fucking photo for a cover book I think I've ever seen. Like, she's not even the focus of the shot. It's got a bunch of random people in the background who I don't even know have anything to do with it. It's a shit resolution. That guy looks like he's got purple hair because of I don't know, the colour's fucked up. And there's no context or anything to this entire thing. It's just a random photo of a person that he's stolen from somewhere. Written by Anne Chennai, January 5th, 2019. So he wrote this the day after my birthday. I think this was meant to be some form of late birthday present for me. And, I, I mean, thanks, I guess, but I mean, I don't really. I'd rather you didn't get me anything because you're a dick. Okay. Introduction. I met a beautiful, caring girl with an amazing personality. Well, I guess that's one way to introduce your shitty book. Someone to be protected and loved. AKA someone 1,000 times better than Gage. Why is it that the second that you see someone who you're attracted to, you immediately just start thinking of Gage and you immediately start comparing them to Gage? Like, I don't know, do you go to nightclubs and see like girls in like, like skimpy outfits dancing around, acting like provocative to try and like get some attention, and you're just like, "Whoa, yeah, man, they're nothing like Gage. Gage is a dick." Like, what? I'm sorry, this is not how real human psychology works. And his hateful cult. She is pregnant. Me too. So naturally, you would want to protect her. I don't know, you say that, but there's a lot of situations where naturally you'd want to do something and you. I suppose this is like, he's protecting her so that his future wife can be born in 9 months and they can get married in 10. However, one, she is from Russia with love. Why'd you just randomly quote fucking James Bond movies? Like, what? And has such a loving heart. Okay. You know that Russia is like a really homophobic place? Or are you just gonna ignore that because you're an idiot? We hang out every day. We live life. We travel all over. We are free. What? Did you just come up with random words for this one? She is beautiful and so full of life. Okay. A garden in the spring and a mountain snow in the winter. You're just saying random fucking cliches that you don't even know what they mean. She is sweet and open minded, not bitter and close minded like Gage is. I swear you're trying to make Gage jealous that you don't fancy him. In fact, the psychologist has basically confirmed that 90% of things you do is literally to try and get Gage's attention, including decisions you make in your own personal life. She cries when she is upset, meaning that she is in touch with her emotions. Well, not necessarily. It depends how upset she gets before she cries. Like, what if she cries the second that she deals with a minor disappointment? Like, I don't know, if she goes to the canteen stall and they're like, oh yeah, well, I'm sorry, but they haven't got the sandwich you normally buy today, but we'll have it in tomorrow. And she breaks down in tears and falls to her knees and does a fucking Chris Chan. No! Is that healthy, in touch with your emotions? Because it doesn't sound like it. She believed in me and my dreams. Well, she should be sued for that. I mean, that's clearly delusion right there. I understand her pain and discomfort. Yeah, but that's probably because you inflicted it on her. She understands mine. I don't think anyone understands the pain and discomfort of being a terminally self-destructive moron. She is my best friend, and I must do everything in their power to help her. Who's there? Just as I tried to do for Gage. You are by doxing him and insulting him and threatening him and attacking his family and being a colossal douche. Yeah, you tried everything with Gage, but in the end it just didn't work out. However, he was not appreciative of said help and instead treated me like garbage. Yeah, that's not fair. Garbage doesn't deserve to be treated as lowly as Stetson. Then we got like this division line, which is a bunch of minuses and then a plus. I don't know if his finger slipped and he's an idiot, or if this is meant to be something. This book is a continuing story from the first book. No, it's not. Book 1, Not in Service. In this book, I will continue to express the true essential emotional drama that is my life as a result of the actions of Gage and his conservative-based far-right cult. No, most of the stuff that's happened to you has been a result of your own direct actions. Even if underappreciated, mostly by right-wing conservatives, the raw emotion of victimhood is real. Their people are real. Their truth is final. So you basically just stole a fucking tagline from Judge Judy. In a context that doesn't make any fucking sense. Can't we all just get along? Enjoy. No, we can't get along because you write shit like this. Dedicated to Rosie, Gabriel, Patricia Lubus, Marsha, Alia, the people of Glendora. These are all people you probably don't remember at this point. The people of Glendora, CA. The people of. Oh, hold on, let me just. The people of Glendora, CA. The people of Puente Hills, CA. Liliana Figaro, the real girl on fire. What, is she a shitty arsonist? Marsha, Alia. I swear you've put Alia twice. You've put Marsha and Alia twice, you fucking bunghole. Bobby Smith. I'm pretty sure these are just fake names. Demangukshania. Also an entire country. Jessica, the best staff member and girlfriend I could ever have. Veronica, the girl with purple hair. Stetson Hardwick for president campaign. CNN dash way better than Fox News. Selena, Rochelle's number 2. I thought you didn't like Rochelle. And Bobby Smith again. CJ, all you had to do was follow the damn train, CJ. Nina, love her style. Jess, the best staff member ever, my heart and love. Veronica, the sexy purple hair. And Selena, Rochelle's number 2, but looks so much hotter than Rochelle. He's done every one of these fucking things twice. He's like, what is it, 2 pages into this fucking dumpster fire, and he's only just fucked up the first thing he's attempted. Okay. Chapter 1, A Kindness of Its Own. What, your euthanasia? Yeah, I think that plus thing was a fuck up, because this doesn't have one. Somehow the rain is not what you think. It's precipitation falling down from the sky, which is returned to us from evaporated water sources across the planet, drop back down onto the Earth to basically keep our ecosystem sustained. That's what I think it is, and that's coincidentally what I think it is. Sorry, that's coincidentally what it actually is. Sorry. For it is a burden on my soul. Okay, you don't have a soul, and two, you don't have a burden on it because you've done nothing with your life. It is hard to explain. Well, at least you admit that for once. I could go into detail into the stipulated background of the situation, but it would seem too coached. Oh, did he get a thesaurus for Christmas? The fact is that I must be direct. I love her. My girl on fire. Maybe get her a fire extinguisher? She is a one of a kind and can never be replaced. Well, yeah, I have to admit, girls that spontaneously combust, they are a rarity. Never be denied. She is the leader of the revolution. What revolution? I don't remember there being a revolution in 2019. Does anyone else remember the revolution of 2019? Because I fucking don't. I'm going to assume that there was one because this guy is a trustworthy, reliable source. But for years, we the people are tossed into the streets, aka homeless. I mean, typically homeless people aren't tossed into the streets. They're sort of, they've ended up there for one reason or another. It's very rarely through being forced out of a place and being forced to live homelessly, though. The people need a savior, and that is her. Who is she? You don't even have a name for her. But there are skeptics out there who translate genius into mental illness. I mean, you translate mental illness into genius, so. Meaning that no matter how normal you are or try to be, you will always be abnormal in their eyes. But what is normal? For even Jesus was treated as abnormal. What? But you're not even a fucking Christian most of the time. Except when you are, because you're an idiot. And can't decide what religion you are and just pick and choose from different religions, even if it makes no sense to the overall philosophy that you are trying to preach. Because you are a chimpanzee disguised as a human. Yet some say that Christianity is normal. I don't think many people say it's normal. I think people would say it's typical in several countries. It's not what I'd call normal. Normal would imply that it's like the standard, and honestly, it's not really the standard. Globally, I think Islam is actually more followed than Christianity, or maybe it's about tied, I don't know. Normal never existed. But it must have existed because there's a word for it. Normal is a contradiction of life and therefore never existed. So, it, let me put this into perspective. A baby being born with a head, two arms, and two legs in the right place, being classed as normal, isn't a thing. Like when a baby is born and it looks physically normal, we don't ever say, "Hey, your baby came out normal, Mrs. Bremner. Brilliant, thank you." Yeah, nobody says that because there's no such thing as normal. Doctors just deliver babies with fucking two arms coming out of either side of the torso, two arms coming out where the leg should be, and a fucking hand grasping where the head should be, and go, well, there's no such thing as normal, so I guess this is acceptable. Anyhow, she is really beautiful. Yeah, it's like her one quality that you've actually shared. She reminds me of a friend named Lakeisha Renee Sutton. By the way, I'm not that bothered about the privacy things because honestly, these people are meaningless. Like he's put their names in the books, and honestly, I've looked some of these people up. I don't think they're easy to find, and in all honesty, I don't see why anyone would bother them. So, as far as I'm concerned, unless it's a person who is involved in the Stetson drama, who's having their real name doxed, I'm not gonna bother. You know, like Gage, for example, he keeps fucking doxing, and I'm not gonna read that shit out. But these people, he mentions them like once in one book and then never bothers again. So I don't really care that much about the whole privacy violation thing because it's not really a concern. I think I put more effort into avoiding that than anything else. She is like Liliana, what from Dragon Age, was very interesting and intellectual. Even she was misunderstood. Now she runs a business called Fan Favorite out in Atlanta, Georgia, selling clothes out her own clothing line. Is there a point to this sad story? God bless her. She is my best friend, and I would gladly be willing to work for and or sponsor her business. Oh, I remember this. Yeah, he never mentions her again. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, here's my clothing shop and my brand, sponsored by this fucking crazy this homeless man who's fucking trapped in his apartment, babbling like a fucking idiot about some guy who lives miles away from him, coming up with all these stupid, crazy conspiracy theories that don't make sense. Yeah, that's a great fucking sponsor for your brand. Also, sponsor, right, typically means that you pay money into the business or they pay money into you. This idiot doesn't even know what he's talking about. Meaning that people will always misunderstand you. Not if you enunciate yourself properly and actually are able to communicate like a real human. They misunderstand me all the time because you babble like an idiot. You have nothing of value to say. Then they verbally abuse me and make it my fault. So you can't take responsibility for your own shit. That's why you're miserable. Or they physically abuse me and make it my fault. Probably because it is your fault. Either way, they are fools. Oh, this is for some reason highlighted grey. I don't know why. I don't know how I would ever live without Liliana. She is truly my best friend. Well, you haven't mentioned her again, so you're living just fine without her. But other people don't like her. They discriminate against her based on her looks, where she is from, etc. Wait, is she the woman on the front cover? Because I thought that was Christina, but apparently not. Which is an injustice within itself. A form of oppression that should never be tolerated or promoted. Well, I agree with that, but I don't know what fucking persecution this woman is facing. So I find it kind of hard to, comment one way or the other. But of course, there's shame in its own right. It is prominent in our daily life. I mean, not really. Depends where you are in the world, but in my daily life, I don't really see that kind of bigotry that much. Maybe it's like because Britain's a bit more chill with a lot of that shit. Like, our racists are a tad more subtle for the most part than in America, but like, yeah, most people in Britain just don't give a shit. In fact, there's more racism towards like people of Pakistani origin than black people in Britain because, like, well, there's several reasons. It's a bit of a fucking story, so I'm not going to get into it. They are also way more prominent as well. Like, people of South Asian race are like very prominent in Britain. So yeah, when it comes to the whole, no, these people are being persecuted, and blah, 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 it's like, yeah, okay, maybe in some parts of the world, not all of them, but Stetson seems to act like, yeah, that everyone's being persecuted against all the time. Not really. Usually there's some form of cultural or regional reason as to why people have a problem with that group. Like, usually, it's not just some people just attack everyone. I mean, that can happen, but what I mean is, typically, there in most areas, there's usually a specific hated group rather than like someone just out to get everyone all the time. Every day, there are victims that don't deserve the victimization or poor treatment. I mean, I guess that's true, but somehow I feel like you're being disingenuous with that statement. Just like my friend Rosie, who experiences racism when she goes out places. I received the worst kind of discrimination from the managers of Volunteers of America Los Angeles, which includes Rachel. Oh, it was Rochelle before, like the Left 4 Dead character. Now it's Rachel, the supervisor, and Reggie, or Reggie, the director here in Pomona, CA. I know a few people from there. She is a fake, acting like she cares about the homeless to investors, volunteers, and those donating to Voila. Yeah, I'm going to call it Voila. But really, she couldn't care less about us or the staff. I mean, yeah, there are bosses like that. I know from my own experience working with disabled kids, there are some bosses who act like they're doing shit for the children, but in actual fact, they're doing it for literally no one. But at the same time, I get the feeling that you're saying this because she disagrees with you. Like, I'm sorry if I don't take your word for it. Like, your problem with this woman is she wouldn't let you go on a fucking field trip. In fact, she doesn't care about anyone but herself. Her actions and character prove this to be true. Otherwise, she would take better care of the place and actually be amongst the people instead of hiding in her office and hanging with her closest cronies and corruption syndicates. Oh, so she prefers to hang around the company of her fellow colleagues and a few other choice people she actually likes instead of kicking it back with a bunch of schizophrenics who will stab her in the throat as soon as look at her. Call me shocked. What a monster. The other thing as well that I find a bit disingenuous and dumb about this whole thing, if this place is so bad and you know how to fix it, why don't you just try fixing it yourself? Why don't you work towards making it better? Why do you just complain all the time? She overworks the staff, they're underpaid and not respected. So why do you create more problems? You see, this is one of the things that I don't like when people are like, oh no, it's bad here, but then they are part of the problem. If it weren't for people like you, the staff would have less work. In fact, Rochelle gets paid more than any worker here because she's the fucking manager, because she has the busiest job, because she is expected to do things that most people do not have to do. And also, she is responsible for so much compared to anybody else. Which is not a surprise. She does the least work yet gets the most pay. Has it ever occurred to you that you just don't see her doing the work? Like, again, I do empathize because I have worked in places where I felt like the manager spent a lot of time doing paperwork in the office when we were understaffed and could have used the extra hand out in the open. But at the same time, I understood she had responsibilities and she had a lot of shit going on. And yet, we the people. Why do you keep going with this we the people shit? You are not John Hancock. You're not even Hancock from Fallout 4. You're just a douche. Their residents are still left with nothing. I mean, they're homeless, so they didn't have anything to begin with. We are forced into the cold. No, they ask you to leave so that you aren't, like, ODing on the beds and fucking shagging in the showers and shit. Our right to freedom of speech and expression is being violated. No, it's not. Okay, are you being executed for what you're saying? No. Okay, fine. Is anyone duct taping your mouth shut? No. Fine. You are not being violated as far as freedom of speech goes. What is happening is they're saying, do not say or do this because it disturbs the other residents. If you don't like that, there's the door. Their house, their rules. That's even true in government buildings. We are forced to live in freezing cold conditions with the lights on. Isn't that good? Because, like, otherwise you'd be living in the cold and the dark. Nobody can sleep. We are forced to use unsanitary restrooms. Well, maybe stop shitting on the floor. There are no means of communication here to the outside world, and the management isn't doing anything about it. Hold on. You can't communicate with the outside world, but they kick you out all day. Okay. Rochelle and Reggie, I'm going to call him Reggie, I don't know what his actual name is, continue to ignore the obvious in order to continue their corruption and dictatorship on the residents here. I have complained to the manager over 60 times. Yeah, I'm pretty sure these are very well thought out complaints. And they still ignore me. Fucking shocker. The only time they recognize me was when they kick me out. Good. Or if I'm doing something wrong. So you admit you do wrong. See, now we're getting to the truth of things. Which is in no way was my doing, for I don't control their mentality or nor their actions. But you admitted you did something wrong. They have the free will not to run dictatorship. Nice English. I mean, you only had like, what, months to proofread this. So the fact that they made their choice to do so clearly means that their hearts are corrupted and their minds are closed. Oh. So, or they're following a standard that was set. Here's the thing, right? A lot of people, like Stetson, seem to believe that when rules are enforced, rules like this, that it's somebody with a fucking power trip trying to enforce these rules on people. The fact of the matter is, the staff, most of the time, either don't agree with the rules but have to enforce them to keep the job, or they wouldn't care one way or the other but have to enforce them to keep their job. And this is what you get working in a school. You always get some kid who's like, "Why are you trying to control me? I'm not." That's the rule. That's the rule I was given. I'm asked to enforce it. If I'm seen not enforcing it, I get into trouble. I don't want to get into trouble because it's not fucking worth it. If I don't enforce this rule, if I let you do this thing, someone else is going to come along and they are going to enforce the rule. You are going to get punished anyway, and I am going to get punished as well. There is nothing in it for anyone involved for me to let you off the hook when you are blatantly violating the rules out in the open. Like, yeah, okay, I'm not the kind of guy who says, right, you violated this rule that you either didn't know about or you were cutting a corner or something. Right, that's it. I'm going to put you in the fucking shoe. I'm not that kind of guy. Quite frankly, I prefer to just give people a heads up that it's not going to fly what they're doing and then just let them get on with their own lives. And in all honesty, when it comes to shit like kids swearing when they're having conversation amongst themselves, as long as they're not screaming fucking shit across the playground or the hallway, I don't really care. If some kids are just huddled around a corner, like, yo, did you watch the game last night? Oh, yeah, my team did so shit. I'm not going to fucking go, how dare you say the word shit in school grounds? Because, quite frankly, I don't care. I would have done the same thing when I was their age. So, yeah, I'm not unreasonable. But at the same time, there are rules, there are standards, and unfortunately, yeah, sometimes, whether I agree with them or not, I have to fucking enforce them as is expected of me in my role. I can be lenient to a point, but not when it's blatant. Just complete and utterly out there disregard for the rules. That's idiotic. And people like Stetson seem to think that the staff are there to help them get away with the rule breaking, or to make things worse and cover it up, or to help them in a situation where they should be discouraged or outright stopped. People like Stetson are what make jobs in care, education, or whatever else even harder. They're where long days come. They are the people that make people quit. It's not the Rochelles of the world, it's the Stetsons. I put up with shitty management for a long time, but one Stetson like kid who could never accept that he was in the wrong for anything he did. When they put me working with this kid, I was like, I am not fucking doing this. I quit. Seriously, that's what it took. I put up with it for like 2 years and put up with a lot of shit, but that was just where I drew the fucking line. And honestly, most of these people like Stetson, they just need one fucking harsh fucking conversation. They just need someone to walk up to them and say, "What the fuck are you doing? Sit the fuck down and shut the fuck up." And that solves most problems. They need something to fear. And unfortunately, we live in a soft ass world now where the idea that anyone walks away upset from any day is unfathomable. The idea that you let someone leave upset so they can think about the shit they did is a war crime now. So we just, let all standards drop so long as these people are happy. Chapter 2, a beginning to an end. So I'm going to read chapter 2 because I think these are going to be quite short. And then I'm going to go to sleep. I've already done the thing that I wanted to do. So I guess, yeah. So yeah, I'm just going to. It was only for one night, but she is my best friend, my soulmate, and my everything. What this week's? She is my partner in crime, so you admit to being a criminal. I'm kidding, by the way. And I don't know what I would do if I was apart from her. Well, you've been apart from her for fucking years and nothing seems to have changed, so I guess you're fine. But here I am. I really shouldn't have started a new chapter. I'm tired as fuck, but come on. But yet I am. Not everyone liked her. They discriminate against her on a daily basis, which is an injustice within itself. In a way, I am blessed to know that she really cares about me. She probably doesn't even know your name. That is all I, not even capitalized, dealt with. She is still my best friend. My drama has nothing to do with her, but with the leader of the program, Rochelle. So this is the villain of the piece, Rochelle. Rochelle is the antagonist who basically is kind of like that woman from One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, except the roles are reversed. So Jack Nicholson's a dick, and she's like actually just trying to do a job, and he's behaving like a fucking knob. How they stayed open for that long without question against their illegal practices is beyond me. How can you call it illegal if you don't even know laws? You don't even know what you're talking about when it comes to the law. You're an idiot. Ugh. The same question can be asked about Gage. Let's not even capitalize Gage's first name. How long will his hatred and ill will against the homeless go unnoticed? Oh, because he dislikes you, that means he hates all homeless people. No, shut up. But mark my words, like Gage stupidity, by the way, there's no possessive there, it's just Gage stupidity. Their crimes, not capitalized. Did you even give a shit? What am I saying? Of course you did. Their crimes will not go unpunished. For you see, there is a lot of things that are owed to me by Rochelle. Okay, 3 things. Number 1, Rochelle, pick one and stick to it. 2, when you start stuff with for you see, it makes me want to punch you in the fucking face. Finally, I swear to Christ, you are going to start with some fucking reparations bullshit about how everyone who's ever said anything you don't like in your presence should pay you money out the nose. I am going to fucking break something. Bus passes, money, an apology, compensation, and restitution in general. Well, okay. No. You're not owed shit. Fuck off. In all, she has caused me more heartache than all of the people that I have met in my life combined. Oh, you hear that, Gage? You're off the hook. Why does she hate me? Because you're a prick. I try to understand this phenomenon on a daily basis. It's not a phenomenon. It's not a phenomenon that she thinks you're a dick. Frankly, I think people not thinking you're a dick is a phenomenon. That's just normal. Why does she find it amusing to make others suffer? Honestly, watching you suffer would be amusing. If I had one of them taser guns and I fucking stapled those fucking, like, clamp things onto you and it just kept pulling the little trigger thing and watching you squirm, sounding like Professor Frink getting jerked off, that would be amusing to me. I'd milk that for hours. Just watching you just wriggle on the floor, just me laughing, and then laughing a little harder after you start wetting yourself because you've been exposed to it for so long. It confuses me so much that I lose sleep over it. You're a pussy. I keep yawning like every line. It's annoying. That and the fact that those cots that they make us sleep on is very uncomfortable. Me fail English? That's improbable. Apply on my back and my body as a whole. Those cots are a hero. My suffering is her gain. Well, if it was, she'd be a fucking trillionaire by now. And my gain is her suffering. You see, he's just saying shit, a bit like Lance. He's just saying random cliches that don't make any fucking sense because he doesn't know what they mean. When I found out that Jessica liked me, I was so happy. Oh, so we're onto a whole new fucking tangent now. In a way, I was full of joy. She left breadcrumbs, a trail, if you will, of actions that showed me that she liked me. For example, last week, I left a fucking trail of piss on the floor from when I waddled through the fucking canteen area, and she slipped on my trail of piss. She could have slipped on any trail of piss, but she chose mine. This means that she really, really likes me and wants to marry me and have my babies. I mean, seriously, if that was the next line, would you even be shocked? But I, in a way, the way you comma this shit is awful. Never caught on to those trails until she told me. I get the feeling that she didn't tell you, you just picked up on something she said, and using a fucking dot board, you eventually translated it. This beautiful girl loves me when nobody in that place did. How happy I was when I found out this information. Why do you say it in like the most creepy way possible? Sadly, all that joy turned to suffering when Rochelle stole and plagiarized my Super Bowl party idea. Yes, you heard that correctly. This is the part in the book where Stetson goes on a fucking rampage because he suggested that they should have a party for the Super Bowl, and Rochelle did the party for the Super Bowl. Which, in retrospect, isn't the hardest thing to plan. Why she felt the need to steal my idea is beyond me. Maybe she took it as a suggestion. Or maybe you should just be happy about the fact that something that you did makes people happy. You know how many like photoshops and shit I've made, right? That people across the internet, not just like I've seen YouTube thumbnails that are my fucking things. I've seen Fallout mods, which are my photoshops from years ago. And like I've seen several things that I've made over the years that people have just taken and used as part of their own branding or their own artwork or whatever. And you know what? I feel like in a weird way, it actually makes me happy to see. I'm like, I made something so good that someone stole it. That's great. Like, to me, that's wonderful. Especially when a bigger channel uses it or something like that. I'm like, wow, I'm actually good enough that somebody wanted to use a piece of work that I made as a thumbnail or something, or even part of their channel art in one or two cases. It's a great feeling, and I actually enjoy the fact that people enjoy something that I made. I don't give a shit about credit or any of that. The only time I've ever given a shit about credit in my entire life, well, I don't know, maybe as a kid I might have been different. I don't remember at this point, but like a few years ago, I do remember a specific case where someone tried to hijack the whole Andrew dog fiasco. And the only reason why I cared about that was because people would potentially go to them and ask them for information that they did not have. And it would have damaged the whole fucking investigation and shit. That's the only reason I'd care about credit if there was something like that at stake. Otherwise, I wouldn't care. Maybe she is lazy or incoherent of today's laws, rules, and regulations against theft and plagiarism. You can't own intellectually an idea for a party that's not copyrighted, especially something like a Super Bowl party. Like, you can't. Also, anyone who owns that kind of shit is universally hated, like the Ant Farm people. You just become a joke. The fact that she never gave me credit for said party and took all the glory upon herself made me very upset. You know, I'm tempted to have a Super Bowl party of my own just to make him sad. In my mind, sitting in the freezing cold is a lot better than being in the same room as that cancer named Rochelle. Okay, I can think of several reasons why she'd take your idea and not give you credit. One, she thought you were an adult who didn't need credit. Two, she forgot who gave her the idea. Three, she took it as a suggestion and did it as a favor for you, not expecting to have to suck you off afterwards for doing all the work for something that you only just merely suggested. Also, maybe it wasn't that original of an idea. At least outside, I can feel something. You're the kind of shit that has to throw up so they can feel good inside. Shut up. Because I have a soul. Eat a dick. Oh, wait, no, you do that on a regular basis. Unlike Gage, who has no soul. If he has. Whatever. I mean, it's. I was gonna try and make a smart ass remark, but I'm sorry, that's just too stupid. Like, he has no soul because he thinks you're a dick for behaving like a fucking asshole. Okay. I care for others. No, you have never shown care for anyone who you cannot have sex with in your entire life. Like, actually, your care for others depends on how likely they are going to get you your dick wet. Like a corrupted queen, she does not realize the plight that her overregulation is causing us. We the people deserve equal rights and respect. We the people deserve a fucking bullet to the head. Yet all she cares about is her minions. What, she like grew from Despicable Me? Just as all Gage cares about is his cult following. Well, at least he cares about his followers. I don't think you would. You are literally the kind of guy who I could see just killing his own men. In a tantrum. Hey, follow her around, and not those who actually do a service, like Sabrina and myself, who clean the yard every day. I can't do it every day. My legs won't allow me to. Well, you're useless, aren't you? And pick up cigarette butts that everyone keeps throwing on the ground, even though there are trash cans amongst the property. Yeah, but these people are bums, so what do you expect? Or the fact that I actually care. I not even categorize properly. You don't actually care about fucking spelling, grammar, and punctuation, do you, dick? Actually care about the residents by trying to clean up the corruption within the internal affairs of the management. Yeah, you're a real fucking Nancy Drew. Yet, no recognition and no respect. Have you ever considered why that is? In all that I have done for them, they smile in my face while stabbing me in the back. I wish they'd stab you in every direction. I wish you walking to the fucking bathroom at night, they'd all just pass you and everyone who passes you by stabs you. You know, like in one of Russian hits where like a guy's walking around in public and then everyone who passes him by is just knifing him subtly. And he's like, oh shit, what the fuck? And then by the time he realizes what's going on, he's dead. Just as Gage has done against me for many years. What? Gage Gage has always openly told you you're a dick. making empty promises and lying about people. He's never made promises, unless you're talking about somebody else at this point. I don't know. Doing a disservice towards humanity, and yet will never take 1 ounce of responsibility for their actions. Sounds like you to a T, to be honest. Then they want to talk about how we are all a family and how we need to show each other respect, when the truth of the matter is there is no respect from management. Only orders. If I do what Rochelle wants, then we are all friends here. But then I think for myself and do what is right. She rains hell on us all. So basically, when you behave like a fucking dick, she gets annoyed. Okay. And somehow she makes it seem like it's my fault. It's almost like it is your fault. Which, of course, it is not. And it never will be. See, this right here, he's just said he'll never take responsibility for anything. Interestingly enough, Gage is the same way. He takes real life situations in my life. Real life situations in your life, eh? And twists them into his own slanderous narrative. Nothing that Gage said that I have done is true. Well, except for the things that he's got clear fucking evidence of you doing. Nor are his stories accurate, true, or supported by any ounce of fact. Bitch, you've never provided a single shred of evidence for a single fucking thing you've ever said in your entire life. Like, no joke, I have never found you ever present real evidence of anything. Gage took my books about serious issues and used it to push his smear campaign against the LGBTP plus community. The same person who admitted to hate transgender people like myself. He never said that, shut up. Like, he has several mates who are trans, so what are you on about? Gage found me online, not the other way around. No, you found him. You started shit with him in the comment sections and shit. He has stalked me for over 2 years. Yes, he stalks you. That's why you've written volumes upon volumes of books. Also, at this point, I'm fairly sure it was not 2 years. It was 2019 you started writing this dumb shit. And has told countless lies about me to others. He doesn't need a lie because you look bad enough with the truth. His cult followers mock transgender people for sport by associating them to quote-unquote pedophiles. No, that's what you do. In fact, you've just done it in this shitty-ass book. You've literally just done that. You literally have thrown pedos in with the LGBT community, and then you're like, oh no, they're the bad people because that's what they do. No, you've done that just now. You lying sack of shit. You're the one that insists that it's the same thing when everybody else is telling you you're full of shit. In reality, the only pedophile here is Gage. Well, that's slander. Well, it's libel in this case. Why would you make an allegation like that without a shred of proof, you stupid fucking retard? Who verbally abuses transgender children and calls them victims of brainwashed SJWs for being who they are. That's not pedophilia, you idiot. It's not true, any of that, because I know that for a fact. What he said was, it's not fair for a child, that child being Desmond, who you have a fucking obsession with and it's creepy. That child should not be doing drag at 11 years old because he doesn't know the implications of it. And he doesn't know who his audience are. And he doesn't know how awful people can be. And he's not decided this for himself. Somebody else has put it up to it, most likely. And overall, him saying all of that, if he said everything you said in the context that you said it, quoted verbatim to an actual child, that would not be pedophilia. That would be at best bullying a child. You're an idiot. You actually are an idiot and you actually are borderline dangerous because you're so stupid you don't even know what you're saying. And you can end up getting somebody in fucking trouble because of your stupid, baseless, idiotic allegations based on words that you don't even understand. The fact that Gage thinks that bullying transgender people is funny is disgusting. It's almost like he doesn't think it's funny, and it's almost like he has friends who transitioned whilst he knew them as friends, and he was very supportive of that. Gage thinks that bullying transgender. Oh, sorry. Is disgusting, horrible, and anti-American. There's nothing. There's nothing American or anti-American about trans people. Like America should welcome trans people in their society because it's based on life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. And constitutionally, they have the right to. I'm trying to think of this from an American philosophy level, in case anyone thinks that. But the idea that it's anti-American, it's equally American to criticize somebody for that. The idea of the American vision, the American dream, was that trans people would have the right to exist without fear of being killed by the government or anyone for existing. But equally, people wouldn't be arrested for saying that they don't agree with their idea of gender or whatever, and not be killed or arrested or whatever else. I'm trying to say it as unbiased as possible, which is why I'm I'm not committing properly because that's the point. I'm trying not to commit to a side or any of that bullshit. I'm just trying to say it as I think the founding fathers would have seen it whilst writing the Constitution. The idea that both sides should be able to voice their own opinions and express themselves in a way that works without harming the other person or without the government getting involved with their bullshit. The fact that is that transgender lives matter and no one can take that away from you. Well, I do agree that transgender lives matter. I've never disputed that fact. Gage has never disputed that fact. I don't think anyone's fucking disputed that fact who actually matters themselves. But what does no one can take that away from you mean? Like, who's you? Is he now addressing trans people who are not reading this because they have lives? I don't know what he's on about. But yeah, to sort of sum up Stetson's stupid anti-American bullshit from someone who actually has a qualification in politics. Admittedly, it is 2 a.m., so I'm so tired, like the fucking, and I'm yawning a lot. But no, it's not anti-American. Admittedly, attacking people for their beliefs is quite anti-American. People, ideally in America, shouldn't fear violence, death, legal repercussion, or whatever for their beliefs, for their expression. They should be able to pursue life and liberty and happiness as they stole from that French document a few centuries earlier. They should be able to do that. But the thing is, what Stetson doesn't get, the American vision was that detractors of those people should be able to voice their concerns as well and also not face penalization. I don't know if that's a word. It's 2 a.m., so yeah, it's a word. So, extra penal. The thing is, though, the American system is meant to be balanced more than it's meant to be anything else. It's not meant to be nice, it's meant to be balanced. It's meant to be a fair, balanced platform. Now, there are critics of that who would say, well, in the American system, where everyone has a voice and anyone can say anything, in the end, one party does get drowned out by the louder minority, or the voice that's more aggressive sets the standard. I notice this a lot. I also notice that in free speech communities, because people who are because everyone is very vocal because they're all free speech advocates. Problem that I find is nobody really speaks their mind because in order to have a thought that you vocalize and actually put out there, regardless of how ill thought out it is or whatever, you have to be ready to defend it to the death. Not everyone is. If you've just gotten home from work and you're tired and cranky and you're not thinking straight, you're probably not going to have the deepest, well thought out opinion on the planet. And equally, you're not going to put up the best fight when dealing with another person who's aggressively trying to hack your opinion to pieces with a hatchet. And if you can't defend your opinion, they'll just attack you for hours instead. So yeah, there are a lot of free speech communities I've been a part of over the years. And honestly, even if I think that something is basically a standard thing that anyone would say, I've refrained from saying it at times. Because believe it or not, I've had to fight to the fucking death on message boards for saying that giving children guns is a bad idea. Because apparently, me saying that is stifling the rights of American citizens, that children should be given fucking ammo filled guns and be allowed to just use them without any fucking consideration for the fact that they're too young and stupid to know any better. And lo and behold, when people who thought that way did give children guns, they ended up shooting each other, not quite knowing what shooting one another meant. Because they're idiots. So yeah, it's just these people. It's a flawed system. All systems are going to be flawed. Every system ever invented has its flaw. It has its Achilles heel. But at the same time, I don't think Stetson understands the system at all. And if he does understand it, he's willfully ignoring what he understands to try and make some bullshit point. Anyway, we're basically a quarter of the way through the book. It says we're 20%, but I'm pretty sure that 42 pages are like two of the pages are just going to be some back blurb shit. So yeah, we are a quarter of the way through the book already. This is chapter 2, the conservative bubble, which, yes, there are two chapter 2s in this piece of shit, just like those two chapter 4s in the last piece of shit. So I guess I'll catch you that time. Next time. I'm gonna go to sleep. I'm tired. Bye. Alright, time for some more aids. Chapter 2. This is the second chapter 2. The conservative bubble. Okay, this book's cursed. Every time I start reading it, I start yawning. What the fuck? Okay. It surprises me that Selena. Okay, is Selena Sabrina because he's given her the same. He's given her like three different names that all sound the same. It could be three different people, but it could also be three different like names for the same person. For all I fucking know, because this guy's an idiot. A beautiful person in her own right, so deep in the corruption toilet. Hey, you gotta go. You gotta go. Unlike Gage, who is just corrupted and ugly. Bitch, you don't really get to call people ugly when you look like you live under a bridge. Like, you're so fucking decrepit and ugly that I've not met a single person, and this is true, I have not met a single fucking person who has looked at your picture, your face, and not burst out laughing. Seriously, I've never in person shown your picture to someone without them laughing because of how fucking ugly and messed up your face is. So yeah, don't call people like Gage, who is honestly like typical, like appearance wise, he is very normal. Don't call him ugly when you look like some fucking creature from the Black Lagoon. That you can't tell the difference between her and Rochelle. When I thought that Selena was my friend, she became my enemy. Motivated by boss lady Rochelle. He spells it differently every time. It's so stupid. She sent me home. It was only for one night. I came back to work the next day. What do you mean, what? Like, I thought, what? I'm confused. Are you trying to lie now and pretend that you're not homeless? And because you've already established that you're homeless. But it was the longest and wettest night of my life. Giggity. It was raining hard. You might ask why I was sent home when I clearly didn't do anything to deserve such treatment. No, I actually assume that you did something to deserve such treatment on account of the fact that it's you. And quite frankly, I'm surprised that this doesn't happen more often. I mean, at one point, you literally threw a piece of furniture and it caused a veteran in the place to have a fucking panic attack because he had like PTSD triggers because of your behavior. You've been thrown out several times for just shouting at people and being a dipshit, so yeah, I know you did something to deserve that. Hell, at this point, even if what you did wasn't quite as bad, I empathize with the people in charge who are probably just so sick of your shit at this point that the second that you act up on any level, they just shut you out. Well, the answer is simple. I complained against Rochelle and spoke out against the atrocities that perspired therein, i.e., the Super Bowl party. You know, one day in history class, there will be rows and rows of kids at desks that will fall silent. I mean, you've got some events like the Holocaust, where when you have it taught properly to the kids, they just fall silent and they cannot believe that we had this happen. And then we've got the Super Bowl party, which will be so earth shattering for these people. It's going to be the kind of thing where you'll be able to opt out from learning about it because it might trigger something in you, or it might bring back memories, or might just give you nightmares in general. The time that some fish freak suggested that they have a Super Bowl party to the woman in charge of the homeless shelter, so she had a Super Bowl party, and he flipped his shit and accused her of plagiarism. It's deep, man. It says a lot about the human condition. In all, anyone would be upset when your dreams are crushed and run over by a corporate machine of injustice, or in many cases, the oppression of the conservative right. Okay, one, there's nothing political about the situation. Two, this sounds like a minor annoyance at most. Like, I get the kind of frustration when you suggest something and, like, someone just runs off with it and, like, your idea gets turned into a fucking shit show because of it. Like, yeah, I get that. I also get that, if you care about credit, you might be frustrated a little. This sounds like an afternoon inconvenience rather than a lifelong traumatic event. You're such a dick. Though it was not surprised when I stood up and overturned the tables of victimhood. It was injustice, not an actual table. From what I heard, it was an actual table. I spoke my mind. Well, that mustn't have took long. I stand firm even to this day that the voice of the people is more valid than the voice of the oppressors. No, that's not really much of a free speech advocate because you're supposed to find both. You're supposed to find both voices fucking equal, but now instead of sitting down and working with me, trying to understand what is wrong and what we can do in order to settle our differences in a respectful manner that both parties can agree to. Okay, there's two things wrong with your approach there. One, you openly admitted before that you want money and a load of other shit because of this atrocity, in quotations. And two, what's there to work out? Because you're just behaving unreasonably yourself. You're basically throwing a shit fit because someone took an idea you had and suggested and turned it into a reality, but they also didn't shout hooray for Stetson whilst doing it, so you're upset. You're a narcissistic prick. The same state that Gage made. She just shoves me off in the cold and the rain and carries on her merry way. I love this woman. I don't know anything else about her, but I love her just based on that.
Joseph Gage abuses transgender people and then acts as if it's normal behavior for a human being to engage in.
He, what transgender people does he abuse? You're not transgender, so I don't know what you're on about.
Acting like there is no suffering or victimhood because of her actions and her character. It disappoints me that there are still people who think of her as a good person.
Yeah, I'm sorry that not everyone swallows your narrative like you swallow cum at a truck stop bathroom.
She doesn't even try to make changes to the place. For example, I requested that there should be Wi-Fi in the place.
Yeah, have you ever considered that the reason why they don't make these changes, A, is because they're all selfish, because they're all for you. B, if they do this, all the homeless people are just going to hang around there all day, which is not what the place is for. It's a place for you to be able to sleep in.
Currently, the Wi-Fi is only for the staff, so I requested to her that the Wi-Fi needs to be expanded to where all people can use it equally. She said, wait until the construction is done.
She's probably just fobbing you off because she doesn't want you to have access to the Wi-Fi. The thing is, if you had access to the Wi-Fi, you would drag it down with all your stupid bullshit. You'd be uploading crap to it every day. And everyone who had access to the Wi-Fi and was using it for important systems for the place, safeguarding shit, would be dragged down because you're downloading dumb shit on your phone.
Now, in my experience in life, you can have Wi-Fi even though there is construction on the property.
You can, but in theory, I mean, I don't know. I don't believe her. I think you might be right on this one that she is fobbing you off, but I don't hate her for that. From my experience, Wi-Fi can be amplified and boosted. So maybe like part of the construction is putting in more hotspots and shit, so that the Wi-Fi travels further and more people can use it without it getting fucked up. Like I know for in where I work, we had this old building from like the 60s that we used to work in. And recently we moved into a new building which is like state of the art. It's absolute shit. It's not fit for purpose. But one thing that it does have going for it is the fact that the Wi-Fi is really good in there because it is state of the art. So they actually installed Wi-Fi boosters in every room and shit. So maybe that is what she had in mind. Although it's more likely she's just fobbing you off because the likelihood is you're one of those people where if she says come back to me next week, you won't ever come back to her because you'll have something new to complain about.
In that same time frame, she has installed 20 new cameras to watch us.
God fucking forbid that when she's surrounded by crackheads and potential criminals and weirdos and sex pests and other freaks, she has cameras installed to make sure that they're all behaving. God fucking forbid.
So I guess that, to her, violating our right to privacy is more important than respecting our right to freedom of information and access to said information.
Okay, here's the thing. You don't have a right to privacy in a public fucking place. Like, this is a place, a shared space between God knows how many people. And yes, she has genuine concern. For a start, she has to consider the safety of the staff. She also has to consider the safety of the like facility and the safety of the people staying there. Like, Stetson, I don't know if you fucking know anything because you're an idiot, but if you work in a place where you are in a position of care, there are all kinds of fucking procedures and safeguarding things where if something goes wrong, not only are you contractually responsible to sort it out or report it to someone who can sort it out, but if you fail to do so enough, you can either be fired or even arrested for your malpractice. So, yes, they have cameras all over the place to make sure that people aren't doing fucking fentanyl and dying in the fucking hallway. I'm so sorry that you find that intrusive when you're living off these people rent fucking free. But that's just the way the fucking cookie crumbles.
If you want privacy, buy your own house or get enough money to pay for a house share or something. Like that is the thing. If you want the privacy, then you're gonna have to fucking pay for it. I don't understand how she thinks that will serve the bottom line, because so far it only benefits the 1%, herself and the staff. I don't think they're the 1%, but sure. Which is sad, because without we the people, oh yeah, a bunch of crackheads and prostitutes and fucking schizophrenic weirdos that talk to themselves as they walk down the street, they're we the people. They wouldn't even have the jobs. I mean, they would, because every time one of you crackheads leaves, another one replaces you, so. We are the only reason why they have their positions in the first place. If nobody lived or worked there, then all of their cushy paychecks and benefits would stop. Okay, one, it's not cushy. I guarantee these people will be getting paid a shit wage because that's just how these things go. And then two, what benefits are there having to live with your stupid ass? Frankly, they deserve any benefits they get for having to deal with you. They need us more than we need them. This coming from a guy who literally just bitched and cried because they took their services away from him for a night and he had to sleep out in the fucking rain. Yeah, you really, really don't need these people. Despite the fact that if they kick you out, you're completely fucked. That doesn't work as a thing. This is why capitalism is a corrupted ideology. In what way is this capitalism? You know it would be the same under a fucking communist regime, right? Well, maybe not. Maybe these people will be sent to a fucking mine or a gulag or something. I don't know. But if this system was in place, it would be the same thing regardless of the societal model. Assuming that the societal model doesn't have these people fucking killed. In all, there is a weird vibe floating around the place. Yeah, it's you. You never even know what will happen next. The only announcements are when they are bossing us around. They do more bossing and pushing people than they do helping others. This is the curse of overregulation and authoritarianism. But you believe in overregulation and authoritarianism. You actually want to create a universal union that basically just waddles onto people's property and tells them what they can and can't do in their own space. You're an idiot. Like, you can't even be philosophically consistent. Half the time you're a borderline anarchist and think that people should just be able to do whatever the fuck they want, whenever they want, regardless of consequence. And now you're like, oh yeah, well people should be authoritative and should respect people. Now you're like, oh no, now you don't have the fucking right to tell us what to do. Despite the fact that you go around telling people what to do about the whole conservatism thing. It doesn't make sense. Like, half the time you're like, oh yeah, people who do things, they shouldn't be questioned ever because it's their right to do whatever they want, regardless of who it hurts or what's going on. Meanwhile, you're fucking doing investigations into people for for living their own lives. And I won't mind, but most of the time it's based on false allegations and shit. And you believe that people should be arrested and deported and shit for disagreeing with you, but now you're against authoritarianism. Can you pick a fucking system or just admit that you don't know? Like, I don't know. It's fair enough. Like, it's a tough balance. I get it. If you think that, that's fine. I'd respect you more if you just admitted you don't know everything. Now, everything takes twice as long to do because Rochelle keeps coming up with new rules off the top of her head. Like, she never heard of making a memo. Okay. Having worked in a place that has like this sort of things, you understand that she doesn't make all of the rules. She might make a few rules, but most of the time the rules probably come from someone else. She might wake up on Monday, come into work, boot up the computer, open her emails, and see a brand new rule established, and be like, "Oh, for fuck's sake!" Because that happens a lot. I see my manager do it every every couple of days. She just reads her emails, and she's like, "Oh no, fuck!" And then you have to do a bunch of work based around that new rule.
Or an old rule might have been basically dug up, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we're making sure that people are doing this now," and we're like, "Oh, for fuck's sake, we've always just not done that because it's pointless." So yeah, she might be coming up with rules. Maybe she is coming up with a lot of rules. I don't know, but what I do know is not all the rules she enforces are probably going to be her idea. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if only like one or two of them were. Even the rest of the staff are confused. So much so that it stresses them out completely. Well, I'm glad you don't contribute to that in any way. And when they are stressed, we all get stressed. The red tape is impossible to cut through because nobody knows who is responsible for what services. It is a rip-off that we have no dedicated bathrooms and instead have to resort to unsanitary porta potties. Well, it's a construction site. Like, we've established that they don't have all the facilities because it's a construction site. Like, they're still building the place. So, yeah, they don't have bathrooms yet. You absolute idiot. Which proves Gage just story. Oh, he used a possessive. Holy shit. Gage's story wrong that he told me about me. How I apparently snuck into the girls' bathroom. No, you did this at a fucking. What was it? It was just some big store. I'll say it was Target. I don't think it was, but we'll just say it was. It was like that kind of store. It was a huge store. You snuck into the girls' bathroom and basically got thrown out by the security guards. Like, there's several stories like that where you basically walked into the girls' bathroom after some woman or something. If you're not doing that, you're following little girls into changing rooms or propositioning men in library toilets and getting thrown out of there because you're an idiot and a sex pest and a freak. How can I sneak into a girl's bathroom when there's no physical bathrooms? He wasn't talking about this situation. You've invented a new situation so that he's wrong. Like, he did not know about this porta potty situation at the time. So it's like, oh yeah, well now you're wrong because this place that I'm currently in now has no bathroom. You're an idiot. This is just not how this works. You're just disingenuous. This book makes me yawn. I don't know why. I mean, I can guess, but and the porta potty, the gender neutral. Isn't that like a dream come true for you? I thought you were always for gender neutral bathrooms. Or do you want a bathroom for every gender when you believe in like, you know, like everyone having a different gender? I mean, the idea of a gender neutral toilet of someone like you is kind of ideal. It means you can proposition both men and women at the same time. Also, the fact that I don't have to sneak into the women's room to use it because I'm a woman myself. Bitch, I'm more of a woman than you. Shut the fuck up. And people make a mess of them, but only a few staff are dedicated to clean it up. That sludge sits in there for days on end, and the smell is unbearable. Good. Yet management isn't doing anything about it. Okay, one, they might not know. Two, I don't blame them for not wanting to fucking go elbow deep in tramp shit. Maybe you could all just not shit on the floor. How about that? How's that for a fucking solution? Maybe if you lot, like the homeless people in the shelter, just didn't shit on the floor, that would help. Even when there are complaints, they laugh it off like it is a joke. But let me say this, the emergency services have been to the place more times than the average person goes to the hospital in a year. Yeah, because it's full of crackheads who OD and shit. No wonder. Yeah, the fucking ambulances have come to my place of work more times than they've ever come to my house in my life. You know why? Because we have at least 30 people in the building who have epilepsy alone. So if something like that happens, and it's especially bad, yeah, we get an ambulance. There are other conditions where people have seizures. So yeah, we'll get an ambulance for that. People might have like all kinds of fucking freakish accidents. The more people you have, the more likely it is that somebody might have a medical emergency. Some people go their whole lives without ever needing to get in an ambulance. Others have one every fucking week because something goes wrong. And when you're in a homeless shelter full of crackheads, yeah, I'm not surprised that a fucking ambulance shows up every couple of weeks. Why? Because people are getting sick. Or, snorting fentanyl. And on occasion, people die there too. Well, the only part about that that's sad is the fact that it's not you. No, I don't wish that these people die because I don't know who any of them are. So for all I know, they could just be decent people just trying to get by. But if they're dicks, fuck them. Chapter 3, Veronica. So now we've got this new woman who, before it was someone else. It was the revolutionary purple people eater. Now it's fucking Veronica. Veronica is the best thing that ever happened to me since Obama became president. You've said that before in the previous book, I swear you have. But also, the fact that you think a man becoming president is a highlight of your life. It's pretty fucking sad. She is a staff worker there as well as myself, Jessica and others. Neither Jessica or Veronica caused trouble for myself or anyone. In fact, both of them are on my side. Which proves that Gage's statement about how nobody loves me is wrong. These people don't love you, and the fact that they aren't around anymore kind of proves that. Which is still a problem because Gage hates love and those who are in love. Okay, one, this isn't love. You're just infatuated with these people because you want to bum them in the shower. Two, he doesn't hate love and those who are in love. You're a fucking idiot. You can't be genuine with your fucking assertions for a second. They are pretty and peaceful people compared to the crap that I have to suffer from Gage every day. Veronica is the love of my life. I thought Purple People Eater was the love of your life. Or Daryl, or Mark, or all those men that you had a thing for in the first book. The fact that you have a new love of your life every week kind of says a lot about you. She is always there for me, and our first time together, however short it may be, is magical. Her sexy fishnet stockings, long dark hair, beautiful eyes, and nice ass are only some of the amazing traits that made me glad that I made the choice to open my heart to humanity long ago. So, because you lust for this woman, you think that okay. You don't sound wholesome when you say shit like this. You sound fucking creepy. You sound like one of those gods, like a Greek god, who sees a hot mortal woman and gets a stiffy, and basically just uses her for sex and then fucks up her whole life. But then they always try to spin it like it's some beautiful story about love from a god and a goddess, a god and a mortal, when in actual fact, most of those stories are just God gets horny for a mortal woman and basically ends up getting fucked over. Well, he ends up fucking her over because in the end he's like, "Oh yeah, I've either knocked you up with a child that's gonna kill you, I've knocked you up with a demigod child that I'll have no hand in raising, or um, I'll get you so much negative attention through boning you that basically you'll wish you never met me." Or they'll just do what Zeus did and have a golden shower on his own granddaughter and knock her up that way because Zeus. You are like that. If you were a god, you would just basically golden shower all the women in the world and knock them up at the same time with your ugly fish spawn. She made me the successful person I am today. What, living in a homeless shelter and writing this shit? Between 22nd of the 8th, 2019 and 23rd of the 8th, 2020. Wow, it's a year and a day. Shocker. The fact that he just dates backwards actually does my head in. I've never seen anyone do it that way. I hate the American system enough where it's like month, day, year, but I hate it even more when it's fucking completely backwards. We have been providing a service for the people by creating solutions and starting problems that will better connect our communities without harming the environment. So you make problems for people, okay. Veronica was the one who supported me
in expanding my life, my business, and even helping homeless people and those who are less fortunate. At the time, the Dinesh D'Souza Yuck Corporation was only operating on a request-only basis. Why is the fucking thing a corporation now? It was a country before. Meaning that our company only did a service for those who knew someone inside our organization. So it was cronyism. Now we branched out to areas like Los Angeles County, Indiana, etc., providing multiple human resources services to the people as a whole. Unlike Gage, Veronica actually had a brain and the intelligence to know how to. Why are you talking about her in past tense now? Did you kill her between paragraphs? How to treat others with respect and dignity that every human being deserves. Well, that's not true because A, you're not a human being, and B, you don't deserve respect and dignity. You deserve to be fucking septic. You deserve to become septic tank Sam too. When I am a victim of Rochelle, Veronica is always on my side, and if she ever needed anything at all, I had her back. Her purple and blonde hair, her amazing fashion. That sounds like an awful combination. Like, no offense to her, but it does. Her amazing fashion sense and her sweet smile always put me at ease, which is necessary in an overpopulated, overregulated, under-respectful environment in a place like Hope for Homes, Pomona, California, which I worked at as an independent contractor. You were one of the crackheads. You were one of the crackheads that slept on a cot. You were doing a stupid workshop thing and you overstayed your welcome because you're a dick. You all need the mental strength that you can handle, because otherwise you'll go completely mad. Trust me, I have been down that path many times with Gage and his cult. And before that, because you were completely batshit before you even met those people. Veronica is the only complete reason why I don't flip out on everyone. You do flip out on everyone all the fucking time, you idiot. Because if I get fired, I will never see her again, or be with her. Can you not see her outside of work? And it would break my heart. Same goes for Jessica. Do these women who you're pursuing know that you're pursuing? Oh, of course they do. You probably aren't even subtle about it. You're probably like one of those fucking, like in The Sims when you're feeling like a dick, so you just decide to flirt with another woman in front of the woman you're with, just to see the reaction of the characters. That's probably how he lives his life. I swear Stetson is like, when you play like a RPG game or a video game and you just like do everything wrong to see how far you can go, just fucking everything up on purpose. He's like that. He's like that one playthrough of Heavy Rain I did where I failed every quick time event to see if I could still beat the game. And yet for some reason he just makes horrible decision after horrible decision just throughout his entire life. Jessica has this really sexy laugh, while Veronica has the same thing but with lipstick. These people all sound like carbon copies of each other. In a brief description, Veronica looks like the character Riley Carlson from the show So Little Time. Well, time to Google that obscure shit. So, she looks like Mary Kate, or Ashley, or whichever. He couldn't have just said Mary Kate or Ashley. Even if it was wrong, I wouldn't have even questioned it, because most people don't know the difference. Because they're basically identical. Like, there are some people out there that can tell the difference. I am not one of them. I mean, obviously they have different hairstyles in some of them, but why is he obsessing over a shit you Mary Kate and Ashley series from like 2002 when they were like teenagers? When I was in college, me and my friend watched some of these sort of things, but like it wasn't this, it was one of the other ones. Because we used to laugh at them because they were fucking dumb. Like everything about them's really funny. The one that I really found funny was the spring dance one. Because of how they just cannot be fucked anymore. It's clear that they're too old for this shit and they're just annoyed.
So they're just like, oh, for fuck's sake. So they're just like, throughout the whole thing, especially in the blooper reel, they just constantly roll their eyes like, oh, for fuck's sake, I got the line wrong. Oh, for God's sake. And it's just like, it's kind of funny because of that. It's also kind of sad. Starring Mary Kate and Ashley Olsen. Oh, I probably could have read further, but in all honesty, he could have just said fucking Mary Kate or Ashley Olsen based on she looks like that, and I would have fucking but Latino instead of white, which is why Jessica reminds me of Liliana so much. Now we've got a third person in this mess. I find it hard to find any flaws with Jessica and Veronica. However, I could write an entire encyclopedia of all the millions of flaws that Gage has, let alone his cult. You see, Gage's psychologist actually called it, where well, he's not a psychologist, I don't, he's like his therapist, but, you know, psychologist sounds a bit bad. It sounds like he could be a psycho, I don't know. But anyway, because you can have both, apparently. I didn't know that, but yeah. Um, no, but he summed it up. Basically, whenever he says shit like this, it is just to get at Gage and to try and invoke a negative emotion out of Gage. That's why he did the whole thing about Kate. He doesn't actually have feelings for Kate. It's just, oh, I'm interested in your woman. What you gonna do about it, kind of thing. And he's so stupid that he legitimately goes for this childish bullshit of trying to make people jealous. He's trying to make people jealous that he's infatuated with two women who probably don't even know he exists. At any time working there, Veronica and Jessica are and always will be my inspiration and my joy of the day, all through my life. Not Mark though, or John. That's another thing as well. Like, he's like, in the last book he was gay, and the way he talked about men was creepy in the way that he actually had like most of the men he only cared about their physical attributes. Which, if he wants to say I'm only attracted to men physically but not romantically, yeah, okay, I'd get that. But even then, he only sees men as like sex objects, as toys, basically. Women he tries to put on a pedestal, but he doesn't actually know anything about them. Same with Nina, Rosalba, Sabrina, Marsha, and many others. Why are there so many of them? If only Rochelle would love me and the people, all our problems would go away. I don't think they would. If she came out and said, I love you people so much, you're all I care about, you're all I work for, chances are the place would still be a shithole. So I'll read chapter 4 and then I'm going to go and have a cry because this is awful. Chapter 4, My Girlfriend Nina. How would you think that in a hostile environment like Hope for Home's tent in Sonoma, California, there will be no room for love? Yet alone the fact that this place exists in a very closed-minded and boring place. Between helping the victims seeking justice against their corporate oppressors, doing my general work and dealing with my own victimhood at the hands of Gage and his GC2 cult, even I myself could not predict that Nina of all people would be my girlfriend. I thought Veronica was your girlfriend or Jessica. But it has happened, and I regret absolutely nothing, which again proves that Gage's statement of nobody loves me is incorrect and wrong. See, it's just a cope. It's a massive cope. It is the biggest cope since that fucking suicide note that Alistair and I read from Nathan Larson, where he's like, oh yeah, this was all my plan. Like, this is the same level of cope. It's just, these girls love me, despite the fact that we don't know anything about them. We've never seen them. They might not even exist, for all we fucking know. Nina, like myself, can't stand the stress either. She leaves every day, mostly with Marsha and her friend, to do whatever it is that she does in her life respectfully. I do have the luxury, seeing how I have to work on site. If Liliana was around, she would help me with the workload, and we would travel about and have so much fun. But because we only live once, but because of corruption and my free spirit, i.e., I complained against them
to many people we had in resort. I complained about them to many people we had in resort. Okay. Many complaints to process and many regulatory documents to file. Hence me working hard. You can't say the same for lazy Gage. But he does work hard though, because he comes home really fucking tired and it shows. Also, you don't work for these people, you leech off of them. You idiot. So I stay at the shelter while she goes off on the buses. It's not all bad though, because I hang out with my friend Rossi, who has been a victim of domestic violence just like myself. When were you a victim of domestic violence? I've never heard you mention that before or since. Like, and knowing you, you would write a whole book on it. She is an important part of her whole community, and a voice of the people. She is intelligent, but she loves her showers. Is that a mark of not being intelligent? And you don't start a sentence with the word and, dipshit, except maybe in dialogue. Like, that's the only time it's acceptable. At the place that we worked, Rochelle is the master over the showers and a whole lot of other stuff. She is the master, and you will obey her. Many people are being kicked out for taking a shower without full authorization of Rochelle and the staff. Yes, because Gage kind of explained it. It's so people don't do dodgy shit in the showers. Many times the showers are cold, dirty, and smelly. Bit like you. Many people don't have a problem with taking cold showers. Yeah, I can't do cold showers because of my Raynaud's. Like, it fucks me up really badly. Like, it's just really fucking painful. Rosie, however, does. And especially when she has to do a job interview. She doesn't want to come in smelly. Which is a good thing. This is why I call her intelligence. I'm pretty sure that if it's something like a job interview and you want to be hygienic for it and give off the best impression possible, I'm fairly sure that the staff at this place, if you said, "Can I please use the shower this morning because I have a job interview and I want to look good for it, I want to be clean, I want to give a good impression," because it is in their mutual interest to help you in that regard and to get you out of the fucking place, they probably will let you use the shower in that case as a one off, maybe. I don't see why they wouldn't. If anything, it would be self destructive for them not to. Sometimes I hang out with Marcia, who is also a direct victim of Rochelle and her regime. What, is she like Superman from Injustice? In all, she has a lot of stuff, but the administration did not provide enough room for people's stuff. I mean, how much room do they need to provide? There are lockers on the property, but they are too small for a very large loads that people bring in. Yeah, you're not supposed to move into this place. It's like a hostel or something. Like, yeah, they don't want people moving in with all their stuff because then they won't leave. Instead of Rochelle accommodating to people's needs, she tells everyone to just throw all your stuff away, aka downsizing. I mean, yeah, if you've got this much stuff weighing you down, then maybe you do need to get rid of it or dump it on someone else who has space to keep it. Now, as a business person, I know from experience that downsizing can be a good thing sometimes. It's not for the people who are downsized, but not in the event of getting rid of your own personal possessions. No, that can be a good thing. If you have too much shit in your possession and you need to get rid of some of it, then yeah, you need to get rid of some of it. That's just how it is. It's like when I moved into my new house, I had a lot of stuff which I owned, but had no place for it. Didn't know what to do with it. So I put it somewhere. I either stored it at my parents' house or got rid of it. Now, these people might not have the luxury of storing it in another person's house. My parents have been really good for that. And I hope to eventually move all the stuff out of their house and put it in my own house when I have a house big enough to store it all. But right now, my apartment is like 2 rooms. Well, it's a bit more than that. It's like
technically it's 4 rooms, but one of them's like 2 of them are really small, and a lot of them don't have storage space in them at all. They're just open rooms with nothing in them. So yeah, like apartment wise, yeah, storing all the stuff I had when I had like lots of storage space isn't gonna happen. So yeah, I get that when you move to a new place, you need to have the right amount of stuff. But at the same time, it's not like they can create space and storage just for you. Nor should they, because it means you'll stay there and just live there longer. So naturally, I would say that Rochelle idea was a bad idea. She comes up with a lot of bad ideas on a daily basis, and when they fail in her face, she blames the residents, mostly me, but not to her face, because she does not recognize our right to freedom of speech and expression. Okay, let me explain what I explained to some of the stupid little kids in my workplace. Freedom of speech and expression does not fucking apply in a place that you are living in that belongs to someone else. If someone else has a rule established and they kick you out for violating the rules, that's not a freedom of speech issue. It would only be a freedom of speech issue if the government turned up and fucking arrested you for it. You being thrown out of a place because if I go to a synagogue and start having some anti Semitic rant in the middle of the building, mid sermon, I just barge in and start ranting about Jews for half an hour and get thrown out, my freedom of speech has not been violated. I have gone onto somebody else's property and done things that I know will provoke them to get thrown out. They are not obligated to sit and listen to that for hours for my benefit. That's not what freedom of speech is for. Even the most absolutionist of free speech advocates, except for fucking crazy people, do not believe that you should ever just be able to walk into somebody else's space and just behave like a fucking chimp. Or that your freedom of speech has been violated if you're arrested after being asked to leave. So naturally, she would just kick me out. Remember, she hates me anyway. I empathize and will find any excuse, whether real or fake, to expel me. So there are real excuses, keep that in mind. And I forget I ever existed. I wish we all could forget you exist. Just as she did to the lady with her cat. But okay. She took an unauthorized shower. What, the cat? And Rochelle had her evicted and called the police. Okay, well, probably because she took an unauthorized shower and was probably doing fentanyl in there. Like she was a threat to anyone. She never bothered anyone. And the most that she did all day was walk her cat. This is not a typo. She seriously walks her cat. Some people do walk their cat. I've seen people walk lizards on leashes. Depends on the animal, like specifically the animal. Like some animals like being walked, some just do their own thing. Also, as well, she might not want the cat just running off on its own. So, because it might get lost or might go on an adventure for months. So, she's basically keeping it close and keeping it on a leash. That's possible as well. How then did she go to that, to a terrorist worthy of having the police called on her in under 2 minutes? I mean, we're not getting the whole story here. She could have taken herself hostage in the shower or something like that. Maybe she was attempting suicide. I don't know. Because when Rochelle says you're a bad person, everyone follows her order, whether said order is justified or not. Most of the time, it's not. According to you, there is an old lady who is paralyzed and is forced against her will, like the rest of us, to sit in the cold between 7 a.m. and 5 p.m. for Hope for Homes is 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Could you just not find another place to go and hang out during the day where it's warm? Like, it seems like an easy solution to your problem. There's assumedly somewhere you can go. All she does is sleep. There is not much to do in the yard. Use the porta potties, which she finds to be disgusting, and eat whatever they give us, mostly cold rice and chicken. Sometimes her boyfriend picks her up and they hang out, or she goes to the doctor's appointment courtesy of Tri-City,
but mostly she sits there for hours just sleeping. So she does actually have places to go and people to see. So yeah, your original point is kind of invalidated. Sometimes I help her get to the bathroom or her boyfriend's car. Rochelle won't allow people to pick us up or drop us off in front of the tent, so people have to walk to the main road to get picked up. Yeah, because they don't want a bunch of crack dealers appearing on the front doorstep or random relatives crashing there or something. Bearing in mind, most of the time when a rule's established, it's because something happened to make the rule. Not always, but most of the time, yes, that is why rules are established. Or to open things. Her left hand is paralyzed. Sometimes we talk and laugh. I enjoy spending time with her while I wait for Nina to return. She usually returns around 7:30 p.m. Sadly, though, I have forgotten her name. I will make sure to put it in my next book. Yeah, sure, dox this person as well whilst you're at it. Then there is a girl called Sabrina who walks around the yard talking to herself. She's beautiful and really smart, but she sometimes sees things that aren't there. Okay. So this is one of the characters that inspired Veronica from Out of Order. She liked me a lot. She gave me a bag of famous Amos cookies, which is a real brand apparently, which I ate and it was delicious. She is the one who helps keep the yard clean. She works really hard and she deserves so much more than Rochelle is giving her. Why? Because she likes you. Vanessa is another one who talks to herself and sees things that aren't there. She sees Jesus sometimes. That is in no way a joke. I wish I could see Jesus so I could ask him to fucking strike you down. And sometimes she argues with someone who is, which profanity included. You can't really tell if she's talking to someone physical or someone in her mind, but in a way, she has a serious thing about me. Okay, that's a weird segue, but go on. She likes me a lot. She probably doesn't even know your name. She watches me sometimes from across the yard. She probably thinks you're a 10-foot tall spliff. I don't really mind because I like her and look out for her. But sometimes she can get scary. It's literally spelled Scarry. Like, she started casting curses on everyone and calling out to her mom. I never judged her or anyone, but I prayed all that night. To who? Santa Claus? You're not meant to be religious, are you? Sadly, Rochelle doesn't do anything for us, like get exercise equipment for us or provide transport to a place where we can spend our time collectively, like a skating rink or a bowling alley. Yeah, so this is where he unironically suggests that they should be able to go on field trips like they're in school. In fact, now that I think about it, it would be cool that on 24 hours days when it is raining outside and the shelter is open 24 hours, instead of us being bored as fuck, we could go on a field trip that is a course 100% free with no cost forced on the residents. So you're not even paying for it. Why don't you organise this field trip? Of course, it's hard enough for Rochelle to even comprehend the term human rights. Oh yeah, I forgot about the human rights to go to the fucking ice skating rink when you're bored. I keep forgetting that one because it almost feels like it's not a real human right. Why then would she do anything that nice for us? The nicest thing she ever did for other people was let us inside after the fact that we were soaked from the rain, and that was only to compensate for the crass mistake that she made of sending us out there in the first place. I won't rain, she said. Yet it was a major thunderstorm. She had this reputation of arrogance, like she can never be wrong, which is exactly how Gage acts. Oh no, she's not a meteorologist who's psychic. Oh dear, what a horrible monster. She should die for that. Right. Chapter 5, Something's Gotta Give. So yeah, I'm about halfway through the book now. It's been a real thrill ride, hasn't it? So I'm gonna take a break because I want to like die. So yeah, we'll move on to how long's this chapter then? Oh, there's two chapter fives as well because he gave that little a fuck. Right, okay, see ya. Oh, right then. So, I am going to torture myself a bit more.
I hope you're prepared for whatever happens. This is the second chapter 5. Chapter 5. Something's gotta give. Yeah, the top of your head. Even the way she walks and sits is like, I'm better than you, and it shows. She probably is better than you, to be honest. I'm surprised that the staff haven't gotten up and quit. It's almost like they need the money or something. Or maybe they have. A course, Rochelle would cover that up. What, would be government agents protecting that truth from getting out? She can't admit to failure in a way that also explains her anger management issues. Everyone he deals with has anger management issues. It's like fucking he has niece lone wolf syndrome. Everyone he deals with is a fucking psychopath with anger and anger management issues. I would say that she is mentally challenged, unmentally challenged, but she knows exactly what she is doing. Everything she does is planned out in detail. So she can't be mentally challenged because she's like mentally exhausting herself to try and be evil, which is something different entirely. Glad I do not have my webcam on. I was trying to stifle the yawn and it came on. It was very powerful. And that would have looked ugly as fuck. She is organized, yet the place she runs is falling apart. I mean, how hard is it to actually allow some feedback on the everyday running of the shelter from the people who actually live in the shelter? Yeah, but if they got what they wanted out the shelter, like, they'd have, like, people just living in their room who the second that you walk in, they drop on their knees and suck your dick. Doesn't mean that it should be implemented. They would know best, for they are the ones that live there. While Rochelle goes home to her big house and multiple cars, so she does not know what goes on when she leaves. Well, yeah, she made something of a life. I'm sorry that you really hate her for that, but she actually did something with herself. Let alone the fact that she is not perfect and makes mistakes, a bit like you. In fact, the biggest mistake she made was letting you in the building at all. Many mistakes can have heavy consequences on the residents, so it is important to keep an open mind and listen to the people and do what is best for them. Instead, she only listens to her tight knit circle of corruption syndicates and her closest staff. Closest staff. No, I guess that's closest, sorry. Yeah, because, she listens to the people she fucking pays, who she's read their resumes and shit, rather than just random crackheads off the street. What a monster. End of part 1. Oh, no, this is just part 1. It was an injustice, nevertheless. Either way, I was forced to sleep in the cold and rain for something that was never my fault. What are these numbers? Sad and depressed on the day of the Super Bowl. What? 2. Markers resolved. 3. Reopen. What? What are these? Are these like an appendix? And he's so fucking stupid, he just. To be continued. So, or is this just like a list of things he meant to write into the book, but somehow left the list in? To begin with, I was a victim only, but I was treated like a criminal. Sorry, I didn't think I'd be yawning this much. Is this book's fucking cursed, man? Seriously, I just did a let's play, and I didn't have this much trouble. This is the story of what happened. Many days before the Super Bowl between Los Angeles and New England, on 2019. Sorry, I've just. Okay, just give me a second. Okay, yeah, I'd spelled it right. Sorry, my bad. I actually thought I misread the way it was spelled. I thought he wrote Los Angeles, and I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me with this?" Um, if he forgot what his own town was fucking called, I would have cried.
I came up with an idea. It was not a new idea. This idea was done by many other people.
Okay, stop. You can't claim plagiarism on an idea that is not even your original idea. It's something you just took.
But it would benefit many people here at the shelter and Demingukshania.
How does a fucking random homeless shelter in Los Angeles affect a another country entirely? Like, I'm sorry, but is Demingukshania located entirely within this fucking homeless shelter? Or are you just a fucking idiot?
Jesus Christ. In fact, it would create a clientele with the volunteers of America Los Angeles, something that would create a binding contract with Voila and allow us to promote our company through free advertising.
So you had an ulterior motive. It wasn't about helping people and having a nice party for the Super Bowl. It was about basically chilling your crap business. I see.
Their goal was to collect donations for the Stetson Hardwick for President campaign.
I'm sorry, what? Is that even legal? I don't know what the rules are, but I swear you can't do that. Unless maybe, I don't know. I don't fucking know, whatever.
And for a new office, the plan was for there to be games, interactive activities, a free flow of distribution of food, chips, salsa, fruit, cake, etc., a non-interrupted view of the game on multiple TVs.
So, to clarify, Stetson wanted to use a homeless shelter to raise money. He basically wanted to con a homeless shelter into staging a party out of its own pocket so that he could profit from that party and fund his own little pet project. And we're not supposed to think he's a piece of dog shit. Also, Shinai An, why are you funding the Stetson Hardwick for President campaign if you are not Stetson Hardwick and Stetson Hardwick doesn't exist? It's almost like that fucking story's a load of shit.
3D surround sound and free stuff via an air cannon.
What, like those t-shirt cannon things? I hope one hits you right in the head and knocks it back and breaks your neck. Mostly for making me yawn this much. Like, my facial muscles are hurting from yawning so much of this book. I've only been reading a page of it.
Also, job opportunities within Demingukshania.
What, working the mines?
And other companies as well. It was to be more of a Dave's and Buster's feel.
What the fuck does that mean? I'm gonna look it up. Hold on. It's an American restaurant. Okay. Sure. So it's basically like a restaurant for 10-year-olds or like frat bros. Like, it's an arcade. Okay. You were going to turn a homeless shelter into an arcade. What about people that just don't want that noise and hustle and bustle and just want to sleep or something? Like, you're a dick.
In all, I expressed these ideas and proposals to the management, which included Rochelle and Reggie. A few weeks later, they decided to do the Super Bowl party, which seemed like a good thing for both staff and residents, and Demingukshania.
Okay, one, and is not how you start a sentence. Two, what the fuck does your country that you made up and exists entirely in your head have to do with this homeless shelter having a fucking Super Bowl party? That's like me throwing a shitty party in my little flat and going, this will help the people of France. How? They don't get free baguettes every time someone walks through the door, you idiot.
A course on Super Bowl Sunday, it was a sham. There was a party and some aspects of the proposal were implemented, but it was corrupted. They took my idea and over-regulated it with their restrictions and rules. They excluded me from even participating in the party.
Well, to be fair, the first thing I'd do if I ever planned a party would be to exclude you from it. So that's fair to me. Many people helped out with the setup, yet I was restricted from doing anything to set up the party, which included coordinating the setup because you're a fucking shambles. The food distribution, I would not eat anything you've even been in near. Like, I demand 1 meter's distance between you and anything that goes in my fucking mouth. The games? Yeah, because you insisted everyone will be naked, presumably. The Super Bowl viewing, etc. It's almost like they smelled a rat and assumed that you were going to try and hijack it with your stupid bullshit. What? What were the games going to be? Pin the tail on Gage? Dunk Damien, Skyfire? A shooting gallery with pictures of Zach, Steve, and whoever else you had a hate boner for that week? Rochelle put me in exclusion of something that was my idea in its entirety. In fact, when I complained about it, well, here's me being shocked by the fact that you complained in general, which I have every right to do. There was an injustice against me. Yeah, right, an injustice. You know, the plot for Injustice 3 sounds absolute shit. They kept me out for a night. Good. Shame it was just a night. That's the only sad part of the story. So I went and slept by the railroad tracks. I wish it was on the fucking railroad tracks, and I hope you had a fucking bit off the top and off the bottom. On Mission Boulevard in the cold, and 3 series of rain showers within a period of 12 hours, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Well, thanks for that. And when I got back, not one apology was shown to me by Rochelle, Reggie, or Selena, who was the authorized recipient of the temporary eviction. This was an injustice. Yeah, it's almost like they believe they were in the right for what they did, and quite frankly, I agree with them. Because quite frankly, you've literally said on the previous page that you plan to hijack this fucking thing and turn it into some retarded bollocks attached to your own personal projects of being a stalking weirdo and a power hungry dick who wants to be president. Then, to make things worse, they wanted to shift the cots around in order to make the room for the party. In turn, they came in with a closed mind at my desk, where there Rochelle. When there, Rochelle told me to get up. I was already stressed by the exclusion from my own Super Bowl party, but I took my time. When I did get up, she said, "No wonder you didn't want to get up," insinuating that I was masturbating because my zipper was down and that my button jean was undone. I assume you were masturbating, like you say you weren't in hindsight. I think you were. In all truth, those pants would only zip up because I gained a few pounds, but those jeans would not button up around my waist. She said this loudly enough for people to hear. It was embarrassing. I thought you said public masturbation was fine. Why are you embarrassed at the thought that somebody knows that you were doing it? It's almost like you're inconsistent with your own bollocks, both literally and politically in this case. Not only because of what she said, but it was in front of Jessica, and I like her. You're probably masturbating to her under the duvet. Were you playing What's Under Your Blankie in real life? Shit, I gotta get some footage of that game now just for this reading. This is not in any way me saying that masturbating is wrong. Yeah, but don't do it in public, you idiot. It's just that not everyone is as open minded as me, and said information could ruin my relationship with her. If she was one of those who was closed minded, if she's one of those who's quote unquote closed minded, all she'd do is read the first page of one of your books and then put a restraining order on your ass. Lucky, I found out that Jessica likes me too, and she's a lot smarter than Rochelle gives her credit for. She is so beautiful, like Rosie. They had no right to discriminate against her or anyone. So most of the party, I protested against the party by sitting outside in the rain and the cold. That's hilarious. I have no problem with the Super Bowl. I'm sure you do on some level. I have a problem with fakes like Rochelle who smile at your face while stabbing you in the back. People who act like they care about you but have no problem stealing from you.
and then making you seem like a bad person. When other people are around, it is a shame that anyone should be a victim of these atrocities and corruptions against humanity. When I think about an atrocity against humanity, I think of something like the Holocaust. This dipshit thinks of something like a Super Bowl party not going his way. Sadly, Rochelle refuses to pay compensation to myself, shocker, and Deminguk Why does she owe a country anything? She walks around acting like she is better than anyone else, everyone. This leads me to believe that he thinks that this is like that his fucking made up country exists in his head, and he is like the walking embodiment of it. He is the retarded Ermac. He is many, you are but one, and that there is no problems around her, when in fact there is a systematic disparity laced in corruption that is smelling up the air like the smell of an unclean porta potty all around her. Could have just said the smells like me, Stetson. She is in the poop. She is the poop in the potty. Such an intellectual piece of literature. The one who spews corruption like a cat with fur balls. Uh-oh, stinky. Clearly, though, she is intelligent. That is why she can be responsible for her actions. So, the only reason why you won't call her a retard is because if you call her a retard, you've got to basically then admit that she's not responsible for her own actions. Because she knows exactly what she's doing, and every evil act against myself and the people is planned, properly, organized, and directly disposed of against us. She wants us to fail so her organization can continue to receive money from the city of Pomona. Yes, because they pay money for all the people they fail. They have like a failure quota. You fucking idiot. The longer we are homeless, the longer they are rich. Given that homelessness is a growing problem in the region, I don't think that would be how it works. Because if you leave or die or anything, they can replace you tomorrow with a new crackhead. There are no shortage of crackheads on Skid Row. Rochelle and the management are hoarding money that belongs to the people for themselves. What, is she like Smaug? Why did it take so long for them to get a bus ticket for Foothill Transit, but it takes no time at all for them to get and install cameras to spy on us? I'm assuming because they're two different budgets. God, you're an idiot. Probably because, right, it's part of the building budget. Like, they probably have a budget for all the things that are, like, involved in this and that. And you can't spend budget for long term investments on short term shit because you'll fuck up your finances. Jesus. It's like me dipping into my savings to buy a train ticket to go on some fucking frivolous journey to Cornwall. Yeah, it would be nice to have a nice day out, but I'd fuck everything up for myself and everyone else. You're an idiot. Because when Rochelle, or maybe they don't even see the money, maybe they request the cameras and the cameras are installed. Have you ever considered that to be how it works? That they didn't buy the cameras, they asked the council or whatever the equivalent is for the cameras and they come and install them. Because when Rochelle wants to do something, she gets it done. However, when someone else wants something done, like when I put in a proposal for Wi Fi, she acts like it's impossible. I'm assuming because it's impossible. The difference is between you and Rochelle, when she wants something done, it gets done. When you want something done, it either doesn't get done at all, or you do an absolutely pathetic, laughable attempt, and then it never gets done. And when people come out with with a good idea, she steals it from that person and puts their own name on it. Then refuses to give credit to the original creator. You've openly admitted that the Super Bowl party was not your idea. Also, what are you, 8 years old? Get over it. And treat that person like crap. Then demands respect from that person. When there is no respect from her to that person. This is what I deal with on a daily basis. So then we're on to the third chapter 5. Oh god, it's one page, so I'll read this one page, I guess.
Oh, chapter 6 has a really not creepy title. Some may be sleeping, I will be watching. Oh wow, so he literally goes through like 3 chapters in 2 pages.
Chapter 5.
This is the third chapter 5, let me establish.
Insanity via misrepresentation.
Stetson. No, I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna be humble and sincere. You are a literary genius. You've summed yourself up in 3 fucking words. People have been trying for years to say what you are, and you've done it in 3 words. You beautiful little man. How do you do it? How are you this genius? Well, anyway, let's see if we can find any more pearls of wisdom.
In a way, I can somewhat understand why Rochelle is so corrupted.
Yes, it was the day she picked up Soul Edge. It got inside her brain and turned her into a whatever this is.
Because for a long time there was no one to stop them.
What, are we waiting for the Avatar to wake up?
Like Enron. They had a clear path to do what they wanted.
What's Enron?
Uh, Most people here don't have the education to counteract the thickness of the management. Some are afraid to come forward, and a lot of them are afraid of being kicked out, which she does a lot to people that she does not like or who don't agree with her.
I mean, it's almost like she runs the place.
And sleeping in the street. How Rochelle lives with herself, I don't know.
She sleeps on a big pile of money, apparently.
Shows how heartless she is. She would rather let people sit in the rain than change the policy.
Have you ever considered that it's not her policy? Idiot.
According to her, everyone must conform to how she believes the world works.
Again, there's very likelihood, right? Sorry, there's a very likely possibility. Yeah, I'll roll with that. Sorry, it's nearly 3:30. I'm tired. There's a very real possibility that she does not make any of these rules. Chances are she gets fucking rules sent to her and she has to deal with them her own way. Because let me tell you, this proves to me you've never worked for a living. I go to work, right? And I get emails and I look at them and I'm like, are they really expecting me to do this shit? Like, you can get some rules that just don't make any sense or rules that baffle me. In my workplace, for example, we had this one thing. We got an email saying, please don't bring your beverages into the classroom. Don't bring coffee. Don't bring anything like that because it's a bad example for the children. And I was sat there like, bitch, are you kidding me? Because I shit you not, right? People walk in with armfuls of McDonald's meals. Those big bags full of shit, they walk in with that. They sit there throwing chips at each other for a full hour. They have Monster energy drinks open on the desk. The amount of times I've seen all these flavors of Monster spilled all over the desk, I could tell you what every color of Monster is at this point because of that alone. All of this is never challenged. But me going in with my last drop of coffee, if I pay for a coffee to have at my break and I don't manage to finish it because I don't want to scald my throat and I also don't want to chug a drink that costs me about £2, apparently I'm a bad example for children for just walking in with that third left at most. Nobody who I'm aware of has ever walked in with a full cup. But yeah, to sum up, I think it's fucking stupid that you don't seem to understand. That's not the rule that anyone made up for me to follow who's in the building. The building's rules, well, the rules are probably from people outside the building or people who outrank the people who have to give them to me. That's just how it is.
According to her, everyone must conform to how she believes the world works. If she's not in control of everything, there will be a lack of order. I mean, yeah, that's the definition of a lack of order is a lack of control from fucking leadership. She therefore supports over-regulation and authoritative management, which is why we are all living like it's Soviet Union. I thought you liked the Soviet Union. I thought you were pro-communism. Everyone is moving around like zombies. I mean, that's just because of crackheads, to be fair. Whilst the leader is using $1 bills as toilet paper. I wouldn't recommend it. They're not very hygienic and they're also quite, like, rough. Like, I'd just use regular toilet paper personally. It's more expensive for a start. In the case of Rochelle, our complaints are her toilet paper. So it's not $1 bills, it's your stupid, pathetic shit written on a napkin in crayon that she's using. And our freedom of choice is what scares her. You could choose to leave. She wants order, even though it is hurting the people. The people. It's just you. Nobody else gives a fuck. Why? This is why there is so much red tape to get inside and sleep. By red tape, you mean we don't want you in the building before a certain time. Or to get a bus pass. Or even to eat dinner. Too many rules and regulations. One rule contradicts another. It doesn't really, but okay. This is why why is this fucking, why is there a space here, like, what's wrong with you? This is why they keep changing everything. They say the bathroom is open, then 5 minutes later they shut it down without notice. Maybe it's because someone shit on the floor. Then there is a long line for the porta potty. 200 people are using 4 porta potties. Yeah, but they don't expect all 200 people to go at the same time. That'd be stupid. It is a total gridlock, and nobody knows what is going on. There are no programs, nothing to do but just watch construction and freeze to death. Sounds like a party to me. And a course, I swear to Christ, if you don't learn how to spell of course, I'm going to fucking slam your head in that porta potty door. And one of them is going to have to be condemned. And a course, boss lady keeps warm in her cozy office, making plans of how else to make our lives miserable. In reality, she needs to relinquish her job and title immediately. I mean, when you relinquish your job, you relinquish your title, you idiot. It's not like a barony, for example. I mean, name one good thing that Rochelle has done for me. She made your sports party idea a reality, I guess. She lets you sleep in the facility at all. She's not shot you in the head for writing this shit about her. Frankly, I think she's spoiling you. I can't think of anything, and I have to deal with her face to face. She sees me and ignores me every day. She knows that I am onto her. I watch everything and remember everything. Bitch, you can't even remember last week. We actually had to get you to read Gage's fucking readings. Like, we had to make you sit in front of Gage's readings of your own books before you remembered your own contents of them. But you remember everything. Right, that's the end of that. I'll read the rest of this dog shit some other time. Toodles. Okay. Chapter 6. Some may be sleeping. I will be watching. That is creepy as fuck. Thanks for that. I'll never sleep again. I really don't have time to watch people 24/7. So the subtitle is a lie. But I will if I have to. So you're a lie. I don't know. I don't know anymore. What the fuck is wrong with you? In the Rochelle case, these are one of those times. Yeah. In a way, I have ways to collect the information about people. Most of those ways include word of mouth. Wait, yeah, your word of mouth is usually just from some dipshit who's got an axe to grind who makes something up about people and you believe it off the spot. Which is why I've been able to stay in business for 14 years. From the Border Town Party in 2002 to Damming Auctioneer. Okay, I'm going to look that up because I'm genuinely, my intrigue is peaked.
Bordentown party. Okay, so apparently it's a yacht club, and there's actually photos of the event. But they're really shit, and I can't really tell if Stetson's in any of them. Here, I'll bring them up on screen. Um, by the way, I don't know if this is what he's talking about. It was the first thing that came up when I googled it. Oops. Hold on a sec. Sorry. I legit don't know what the fuck he's on about. So he's talking about his old home in New Jersey. That much I can gather. But I don't quite understand, like, what party he's referencing. I don't even know what he means by party in this context. Um, right, whatever. Yeah, I don't know. I guess somebody will have to ask him about that because I don't have a fucking clue what he's on about. To get Demigod, Dinesh D'Souza Yuck, send Diane today. Okay. Information collection is a very important part of my business, I bet. I mean, you are a stalker by trade, so. Especially when protecting ourselves from the corruption syndicates of fake. So when this opportunity came to find out what Rochelle is really up to, I took the chance. And after the Super Bowl party problem and Rochelle failure to compensate us for $250.42. Why that number specifically? I felt it was my duty to protect our assets and get our money by any means necessary. Again, you just wanted to profit from this stupid fucking thing. Even if it means getting the dirt on an old iron ass. I mean, Rochelle. Old iron ass. I mean, Rochelle. Why is she old iron ass? Whatever. I feel that the truth needs to be told. Why don't you tell the truth ever then? But in order to expose the truth, I must first learn what the truth is. So far, the constitution of two new buildings are in poor design. The new kitchen is apparently just a box with one window. Yeah, that's typically what a kitchen is, like in most places. And now, in fact, my workplace doesn't. Our kitchen doesn't even have a window, and it's not even a box. Box is too fancy a word for it. And no architectural importance. The other building is one floor building painted red and white. This building has no architectural importance either, so why are you bringing it up? They were both built cheaply, of course. One almost finished and the other partly 15% complete. How do you know this? Are you a building inspector? How do you fucking know this shit? The third building, which is supposed to be an on-site hospital, hasn't even been started yet. Just a bunch of dirt. They've been digging holes and filling them back in up for months now in that site. All three buildings are part of Voila, Hope for Homes, campus on Mission Boulevard in Pomona, California. And the only thing that they got is what looks like a mold for the foundation. I mean, you don't have a fucking clue what you're talking about. To be fair, neither do I. But if I could educate a guess, maybe they're refilling the hole with sturdier, like, dirt. Or maybe they were sorting out plumbing or electric wiring or something like that. I don't know. I'm far from knowledgeable about this shit, but at least I'm thinking.
The third building, which is supposed to be an on-site hospital, blah, 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 blah. It took a month just to build a foundation, and a small one at that.
Yeah, because they wanted to get it right. Bearing in mind as well, LA is a massive earthquake shit show hotspot. So if you don't get your foundations right on a building, it will be disastrous for everybody involved. I'm assuming that's probably why they spent a month dicking around trying to get the foundation perfect. I mean, that's my guess. I mean, it could be, for all I know, they are just dicking around trying to just get paid for doing little work. But I personally just am not trusting Fishfucker here with his idea of what a building's construction timeline should be.
The construction is many months behind schedule.
How do you know? Seriously, did someone tell you this or did you just guess?
The workforce is small, and most of the time they're not even working or doing small jobs here and there.
Again, what business do you have to review construction workers when it comes to? I could understand if like they were clearly not doing their job, but like you have no idea what you're talking about. You don't work in construction. You have absolutely no background in construction. You don't know anyone in construction. You're not even using like a decent guess to try and say, well, you know what? I think personally, from my own personal experience, it doesn't take this long to do these things. He's just saying, I think these people should be working faster. I think these people should be working harder, despite the fact that he doesn't even know what these people do. He's an idiot.
Instead of focusing on what actually needs to be done. It is not a surprise seeing how cheap Rochelle is and how blind Reggie is of the 21st century.
What does the fucking century have to do with anything? I don't think construction's changed that much in 50 years. I mean, obviously, like building designs have, but when it comes to actual construction, no, I imagine builders from 50 years ago are roughly the same thing as the builders of today.
Both clearly didn't put any real effort into planning this campus.
They wouldn't have planned the campus, you idiot. Jesus Christ. Okay, one, an architect would have designed the building. Two, I assume that someone planning the campus, they might have been consulted, but overall, I imagine her boss probably plans the campus. And also, again, why is this any of your fucking business? It's not your company. You don't even work there.
The land is in the middle of nowhere. Everything is a 30-minute walk or more. Pomona Transit Center is a good 45-minute walk.
I mean, for you, about a mile is a 45-minute walk.
Remember when I said before,
Rochelle, why does her name change every time?
it's too selfish and heartless to get bus tickets.
Oh, okay, sure.
And can barely walk a block.
That sounds like a you problem, to be honest.
This is why I call her selfish. She should dump all of her fucking money into my bank account so I can spend it all on bus tickets so I can go to the seaside and shit in holes in the ground that I dig myself. Because she doesn't do anything for anyone but herself.
Oh yeah, and you do. Here's something, right, step boy, step tard, step Mr. Fishy Fuck. Right, and I hate saying this because it cheapens it every time I do, but I'm gonna have to for the purpose of this shit, right? My channel, no fucking joke, has raised around £500. British pounds, I don't know how much that is in dollars. We'll say it's the same for now. You can correct me if I'm wrong. But roughly around $500 for cancer research charities. I have done 3 stand up to cancer campaigns, and they have raised around £500 in total between the 3 of them. I did this not benefiting in the slightest from any of it. In fact, one of them, I believe it was the 2019 one, or the 2021, actually I was sick and worked through it and made myself more sick, and I still suffer from that to this day. But due to the integrity of it, I wanted to stick with the fucking thing and raise the money. Which actually that was like the worst turnout year, I think, if I remember right. I can't quite remember, but I think it was. That is what my channel has done on its own, and that's just one thing. There have been several things that have helped other people that I have personally done. And I hate saying them because every time I say them, I cheapen them because it seems like I'm just using them to get a one up. But I want to make something fundamentally fucking clear, dipshit. You go on about us, right? About myself, Gage, Damien. Damien did a 15-minute long video about how people don't address suicide properly, and it's one of the best fucking videos I've ever sat through. Gage has done a number of good fucking pieces informing people about dangerous people. Gage has done some other stuff as well behind the scenes, which is also fantastic. And then there's you. What money for charity has the Shit I Aren't show ever raised? Who is safer because of you? You have destroyed so much, but what is it exactly that you have created? To quote Wallace Breen, what is the thing that you have done which is so selfless and so wonderful to the world? Can you name a fucking thing without lying? Yeah, I didn't think so. And to those who follow her, in a way, it's that I have to suffer because of someone else's stupidity. No, I think that's a beautiful thing. I think that you having to suffer and be made miserable is the height of anyone's fucking day. If you really cared, you would make sure that the bus tickets were full supply, no matter what it takes. Why do you need bus tickets? Where are you going? What are you doing? Why do you need bus tickets? Why can't you pay for them yourself? I mean, you spend all day just sucking people's dicks in a bathroom. Could you just not ask them to slip you a fiver after you were done? She would make it where she had an account with Football Transit. Oh, Foothill Transit. I misread that's football, my bad. Which would provide tap card, which could be charged by Voila automatically. I don't know what that means. I'm assuming that the tap cards are like the Mega Riders. But the thing is as well, why does she have to pay for these people's fucking transport and provide them food and provide them a place to live when nobody gives her anything in return? She makes no money off of this shit as it is. Or what money they make is probably shit anyway. Instead, she hasn't tried anything and hasn't even kept anyone up to date on when they will be available. It's not her responsibility to get you transport. It's really not. Even if she had plenty, she would still hoard it and be stingy at giving them out. How do you know? Like, how do you know that it's not just the lack of money that's the issue? Just like they are for everything else from clothes to bags, etc. How can she say that she cares about us when she is the one setting us back? I think you're more setting yourself back because you go out and you find a big carrier bag full of fucking glue and you just inhale until you pass out. And that's apparently her fault. All of this I have learned from listening to people. You've not listened to a single fucking person in your entire life, dipshit. Something that Rochelle has had a hard time doing, even if her life depended on it. You're the same. If you ever ran into a minefield, an entire army of people could be shouting, "Stop, you are running into a fucking minefield, you retard," and you just run in and die. That would be the end of you. It won't be the mines that kill you, it would be your inability to listen. Even the way that she walks is crooked and evil. You have no right to talk about people walking crooked when you walk like fucking crooks from fucking mice and men. if he was shit-faced off his ass.
Chapter 7. The tell-all signs of corruption and arrogant behavior. When she comes into work, the first thing that you notice is her look via her eyes, as opposed from her ass. The way she looks at people is of a person who is trying to get inside your head.
Well, you should be safe from her.
She always has to have the last word.
Sounds a bit like you. To be fair, I often do. It's a weakness of mine.
She must control everything, even if it's not controllable.
Sounds a bit like you.
Like the weather.
Sounds a bit like you.
Rochelle tried to control the weather.
I doubt you mean that literally.
Said it will not rain today with confidence.
That's not trying to control the weather, that's being confident about your prediction.
Well, that failed. It rained hard that day and we got stuck in the middle of it.
Maybe you could have just found a place to hide, like a bus shelter or a fucking cafe or something. I don't know.
Yet Rochelle never apologized once to us about it.
She's not fucking obligated to. She actually let you inside instead of just letting you stay out and get soaked. She wasn't obligated to let you back in.
Which is disappointing. Why is it that when I expect more out of someone, they fail me?
Why is it when anyone expects you to behave like the slightest bit of a decent human being, you fail them? That's a better question.
In a way, it's never a surprise. This is the cost of corruption. But you just hope that they will change, but sadly they will not, because might have not motivated themselves to change, and I cannot force them to do so, even if I wanted to, which I rarely do. They are only hurting themselves, and the people are the victims, yet we have done nothing wrong.
Okay, one, speak for yourself. Two, can you stop with this we the people bullshit like you're a founding father? You're a dick.
This is why they need to be stopped, because their actions are making the rest of humanity look bad.
You make the rest of your weird fucking fishy humanoid race look bad.
Rochelle is doing a disservice to us, and we are doing a disservice to ourselves by allowing Rochelle to run amok and do this injustice and disservice.
Yeah, because she's like fucking Superman from Injustice.
To us. To treat us in this manner is unacceptable and must be abhorrent. Horde.
You're an abhor.
But she acts like these things are non existent.
What, like you act like things are non existent, like age and rape and consent and a bunch of other things?
Like she is right, and we are just liars and fools ready to be walked on by her boots of hypocrisy.
This is projection on a whole new fucking level because honestly, Stetson has accidentally described himself so fucking well in that sentence. This is what talking to him is actually like. He will deny that things that exist just to try and make you look an idiot. It doesn't work because he ends up just denying that things that are clearly in existence exist, but you know.
Like she said, my complaint against her, the Super Bowl party, was bullshit.
I love this woman.
Not because I was wrong, but because she wants to cover it up so she won't look bad.
Sounds more like a you thing, that.
So instead of fixing herself, she wants to change everyone else.
Again, that's you. Okay, if you replace Rochelle with Stetson in this, you actually have nailed him as a character study.
And she wants everyone else to change for her.
Again, Stetson to a fucking T.
When in fact she is 100% in the wrong. Again. I've dealt with people like Rochelle before.
What, by looking in the mirror?
Who wants to do everything without much effort?
Again, you. Your podcast is the least amount of effort I've ever seen. Your podcast somehow has less effort behind it than Lance's. Do you know how shit you have to be for me to compliment Lance on anything? Jesus Christ.
Who wants respect from everyone without giving it respect to anyone?
Dude, this is you. Is this why you hate this woman? Because you see yourself in her and you despise it.
Then gets mad at us when someone catches her in her own contradiction.
Again, the amount of times that people have seen you get fucking caught in your own contradiction, and then you get mad at them like they're the fucking problem for it, is staggering. Because it is somehow my doing for the life that Rochelle has chosen. Oh my god, if this was like a bingo thing, I think I'd have a full house. You act like everybody else is at fault because you keep fucking coming back and picking fights with people. And you act like you're some innocent poor victim who's being persecuted against, like you're a war refugee. Rochelle is. Oh, Rochelle never tried to be nice to me. Again, this is Stetson to a fucking T. In fact, she gives me what I like to call the Rochelle look. That, why are you looking at me? What do you want from me look? In a way, she completely forgot all of the complaints that I sent in, and she has still not fixed. I don't understand why it's so hard for her to be nice. Probably because you're a dick. Why is it so hard to do something so simple to help somebody? To allow free expression in the shelter, to free up the red tape and overregulation. Stop trying to control her and allow her to control herself. She should be our mentor, not our warden. No, she should be a warden. Like, you people need fucking. And by you people, I mean homeless people who are addicts and fucking weirdos. You need some firm hand on your shoulder to make sure you don't jump up and start flailing around and screaming. Volunteers of America is not a prison. You're right, because you just leave. And even prisoners deserve these rights. No, they don't. They deserve a bullet to the head. Rochelle is the most inconsiderate boss lady I've ever met. I don't know how the volunteers and staff put up with her. I can't stand her, and I don't even work for her. You said you did earlier. You said you work for this place, and now you've changed your fucking story. At least the workers get paid. I can't get a dime for what is owed to me. You know what's owed to you? A reenactment of the day will come when you won't be, but like, it's just you getting beaten to death. It gets depressing sometimes, which Rochelle never cared about. That she makes all of this my fault, because according to her, I am responsible for my own suffering, and she is perfect and scot free. He put Scott as a capital, implying that it's a person called Scott Free. That's pretty funny. Which, of course, he is not. And I'm not the only victim of her relapse of respect towards others. What the fuck is the word relapsed meant to be? Lack? Relapse? Retard? I don't know. Chapter 8 The Rebellion Begins. Wait, what was the last chapter's name? Oh, yeah, chapter. The Rebellion. Fucking hell. A bunch of crackheads in wheelie bins with fucking cast iron skillets on their head as helmets, screaming whilst waving spatulas around and pissing themselves. Fighting is commonly known in this place, which is a result of bad management from Rochelle. Not to say that Rochelle is totally responsible for the fights breaking out, but she does have a part in the madness. For one thing, there needs to be a relaxed atmosphere, which there never is because of all the drama, and the environment does not allow proper venting and vetting of the people's issues. So you got a bunch of people experiencing different kinds of drama, existing in one place without a proper venting system. I mean, ideally you'd have one, but it's not absolutely needed. It's like being in a bathroom with a hot shower running and there's no vent fan to remove that heat. Dude, that is every bathroom I've ever been in my entire life. I have literally just moved in to a house with an extractor fan in it for the first time in my life. Before that point, I had never seen one, except for when my parents had one installed when I was like in my late teens or early 20s. It's basically a death trap, a disaster waiting to happen. And all of this is caused by bad management, poor planning, and incoherent management. bad management and incoherent management. You're an idiot. Yet nobody listens to me. Okay, where was I? So, when the staff and the volunteers start fighting, you know that there is a problem because they are included in the system as well. It is an imbalance in the system that Rochelle refuses to recognize and address. In all, her choice to be blind of the truth has created an unbalanced and biased system. Well, technically, it wouldn't, but where Rochelle is better than everyone. Okay. The staff is better than the residents, and the residents have their own fraction system, but said system does not compare to the staff or management fractions. You do realize though, because they kind of own it, the staff are always going to be like above the residents on privileged terms. Rochelle gets the best lunches. She gets to be warm, whilst the rest of us freeze. She gets all the credit for running the shelter, when it is the residents who bust our butts, day in and day out alongside the staff who invite them within themselves don't get the credit that they deserve. In all, we get nothing, and Rochelle and Reggie get it all. And then they want to talk about how we are a family. Yet Rochelle and Reggie get paid more than the rest of us, and never spend a dime on any of us. They're not obligated to. What are you on about, you idiot? Also, what do you do for this place apart from bitch and moan about it? They are hoarding clothes and many other resources that belong to the residents. I mean, they don't just hand it out like free candy, okay. And were donated for the sole purpose of benefiting the residents in question. Yeah, maybe they just don't let people just have at it because otherwise it would all be gone. Maybe they give it to people who need it when they need it. Not to be used as a bargaining chip in order to keep us in line and to order us around without consequences. Yeah, instead they should be rewarding bad behavior by giving out free clothes to people who shit in the shower. Just because some people may not know their rights does not mean that they don't have any rights. I mean, that's true. We have the Miranda rights, which the case of Miranda was basically this guy didn't know his rights. So he kind of waived them by accident and then ended up just basically fucking himself over big time. Personally, I don't see that as an issue, but the legal system does. And for Rochelle to exploit these personal flaws, the lack of knowledge of their human and legal rights is in itself corruption, and a lack of respect for rule of law and humanity as a whole. In whole or in part of her delusional thinking, she believes that she can't be touched. However, there is a big flaw in her plan. And then he's bullet pointed all the flaws in her plan. You cannot run people like machines and not expect them to complain. Well, that's funny because you seem to just not expect people to complain after being molested, assaulted, or a bunch of other things. You seem to think that people should just carry on, go on their merry way after that shit's happened to them, you prick. Even machines shut down after overuse. I wish you'd shut down. The only problem is there's no danger of overuse because you've never been used efficiently. You just waddle around like a useless claptrap droid with brain damage. How does Rochelle expect to gain the respect of the residents when she shows little to no respect for them and colluded against them on a daily basis? She states that I will respond and have acted on every complaint. Yet she nor Reggie have responded to 79 complaints that I filed, 32 requests, and 10 concerns. Have you noticed though that the common thread is you? Maybe they don't take your complaints seriously because you filed fucking 79 of them. 79 complaints. I've never filed a complaint in my life. If I did, I would be very fucking careful not to ever go over a certain number. Because if you complain all the time, it'll be another one. It'll be another fucking one. Totaling 121 correspondence to management that have been ignored. One request that was plagiarized, the Super Bowl party idea, and one is pending but is slow going, the bus ticket request, totaling 122 correspondence. Okay. There is little to no movement with construction that they are doing on this campus. However, they give tours of said campus like it is finished. However, they never gave us the tour, and we are the ones that live here. So you'll know where everything is then. That's why you never had a fucking tour, you idiot. And we'll be using the facilities in the first place. I saw skyscrapers that were built faster than these. Did you? And you don't start a fucking sentence with and, you dipshit. And Rochelle Management ID is not doing anything in order to make the construction process move faster. What's the ID for? So that we, the residents, a person's home he spelt it as, rather than resident. Christ, he's stupid. Can have a bathroom that is not a smelly porta potty. Clearly, management hates us. You know what would have been a nice ending to this entire saga? Stetson being shoved into the shitty porta potty, right? Bicycle chains are wrapped around it so that he can't get out. And then they clamp him onto the back of one of those trucks. You could get the builders to do this just by showing them what he wrote about them. And then drag it down the fucking street with him trapped inside it, covered in shit, going, oh no! And then just throw him into the fucking sea. Rochelle treats the volunteers better than the residents. It's almost like they're her direct staff and they work for her. Showing them her fake persona in order to get donations. Then, when the volunteers leave, she treats us like crap. Her personality is that of a two-faced. You're an idiot. Rochelle never likes people who speak the truth. She likes fake people because she is fake. Again, you. She smiles in our faces. She never smiles at me. Nobody smiles at you. You're a fucking freak. While stabbing us in the back. She acts like she is in a free flow of ideas and truth, and yet she lies to our faces and censors our voices. Good, I like this woman. We are all misrepresented and discriminated against because of our financial status, like we are nothing but second-class citizens. And when someone finally stands up against her, she kicks them out. To her, the victim in question is evil, yet the one who victimizes that person, Rochelle and Reggie, are somehow not responsible for their actions, and words against us, which was their fault to begin with. In that way, they have created a situation that is corrupting the natural order of things. You're an idiot. In some weird way, their actions against us, Deminguk Shania, how is this an action against a fucking made-up nation that exists between your ears? Is comical at best, something to laugh at. If it wasn't so heartbreaking and sinister, it would be more of a joke than that would be told at parties and bars. If I started telling this joke at a party or a bar, everyone would just walk away. A bloke being bested by a woman who would win. Sadly, though, what? Okay, one, stop appropriating my culture, you fucking colonialist pig. Two, what the fuck does this mean? Three, it sounds a bit sexist, to be honest. I don't know. Don't know about you lot. Also, who's the bloke? Because you insist you're a woman, so what's that about? Sadly, though, this is no laughing matter, although it is funny that one person can destroy the lives of many. What? Do you mean funny in a surreal way, or never mind. When I think of the invasion of our human rights, I usually think of an army invasion, like when America invaded Iraq. Yeah, I know, you have to politicize everything because you're a backwards moron. Not some braided black lady wearing leggings. That sounds pretty racist. You brought a race into it. Wearing leggings or jeans or jeggings and black boots, walking around with a phone and earring in her ear. That's usually where earrings go. But like they say, the devil comes in many disguises. Yeah, sometimes he comes as a black lady. T Rochelle really sounds like Rochelle from Left 4 Dead 2. Like, that vague description, like, she actually does somewhat. Hold on a second. Okay, so what was the description again? Braided. I suppose you could call that braided. There are sort of braids and strandy things in her hair, so uh, yeah, I think you get away with that. Leggings or jeans, black boots. She wears very dark brown boots. Like she wears cowgirl boots for some reason. Although in a lot of artwork she does wear black boots. Oh, they are black. Yeah, black boots. Okay, black boots. Walks around with a phone. Well, she doesn't have a phone, but that's because she's fighting in a zombie apocalypse, so she doesn't need it anymore. I mean, it's dead, so she tossed it. And earrings in her ear. Earrings. So yeah, it's literally Rochelle from Left 4 Dead. Like, holy shit. Okay. In that, it is not a surprise. Sorry, he or she can come as an angel of light, but has come to steal, kill, and destroy. This is the woman who has come to kill and destroy Hope for Holmes. In that, it is not a surprise, but I have no attraction to her. Her wickedness radiates out of her like radio waves from a radio tower. That's typically where radio waves come from. Sorry, was or ripples from a rock being dropped in a body of water. I can sense it 100%. I mean, your eyes and ears are useless, so I guess you gotta have another sense to make up for that. Reggie. I'm assuming it's Reggie. I don't know. Reggie isn't clean either. In fact, it serves as a catalyst for future crimes against humanity. What, that you don't like a fucking homeless shelter's modus operandi? You're an idiot. The fact that Rochelle and or Reggie have made the choice to have a hardened heart and not change. It's a shame, really, when even a simple raffle is corrupted in this place. What is normally a fun and collective activity and pastime, I won't call it fun, but okay, has become a den of greed, corruption, and rigged systematic process based on favoritism, lack of responsibility, and carelessness. In all these many forms, and so much more, is corruption and a lack of respect for others. Okay, I'm really interested to know how the fucking raffle's rigged. If you really wanted everyone to participate in this raffle, then you would make it so simple for them to get tickets, even coming out and distributing it to people, especially to those who have a hard time walking or who don't feel like walking. A course. Okay. Who is running the raffle? That's correct. Rochelle. So she does things for the residents. You said she didn't, but she does. Typical of how she doesn't want me to have anything nice, so she motivates the staff and the others to disregard my humanity in order to promote her corrupt ideology and hypocrisy within our local and global society. Fucking what? I don't even know what you're trying to say with that, you fucking nut job. Also known as Rachel hates me and wants to see me fail. Well, she wouldn't have to try very hard to see you fail. You are the embodiment of failure. Your name is synonymous with failure. When good things happen, she manages to ruin everything, like the Super Bowl party. And it's dated 3rd of February 2019. Never forget. Oh, when Nina became my official girlfriend. What, did you stamp her? With like a rubber stamp on a forehead, official girlfriend? 2019, February 11. Or when Rossi couldn't take a shower. 12th of February 2019. So these all happened like within a week of each other, basically. She always wants to ruin my success and manages to turn it into failure. She does this to everyone who complains against her. Wait, what was this about the raffle? You never explained that shit. Why is the raffle rigged? From all I got out of it was you don't win. So like you don't win a game of chance, therefore the game is rigged. What? You're an idiot. You actually are. I've got a great game for you if you like games of chance. It's called Russian roulette. What you do is you get a Colt 1911 pistol, you load it, and then you point it to your head and pull the trigger, and last man standing gets the prize. It's a great game. I'd recommend it for you and everyone else who thinks like you. And speak the truth, she's like Mr. Burns from The Simpsons. Cranky, evil, would let you die if your survival didn't benefit her for some reason. Mr. Burns, okay. You see, a better character comparison would have been Nurse Randall from One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. But because this guy's a fucking idiot, he's not read or seen that movie. So he doesn't know what that is. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest is actually his life story, but with none of the likable characters from One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. She's impossible to work with, let alone live under. Nobody should do business with her. She's bad for business, bad for humanity, and bad for America. Okay. Chapter 9. Always in the wrong. If I had $1 for every time I was accused of wrongdoing by Rochelle, when in fact I was innocent, I would be a millionaire. I think you'd still complain if you were. Of course, she won't pay me what is owed. What makes you think she would pay me $1 million? She doesn't have $1 million, so how would she fucking pay you, jackass? This is pure stinginess and foolishness. If I say to her, you are wrong and you need to change your ways, I get kicked out. Good. Yet Rochelle can say whatever she wants without consequences, because she fucking runs the place. This is the double standard, another form of corruption. If you don't like it, fucking leave. Idiot. With all this burden on my heart, I am surprised that I'm not dead. Yeah, I know, that's the real tragedy in all this. Although at times I think it might be better if I did. Same. Same, bro, same. Rochelle and Reggie makes me want to kill myself. Well, I'm happy for them. I really feel like they have a noble endeavor going. The only reason why I have not done it is because of Nina, Sabrina, Liliana, and Rothy. What about all the dudes you wanted to shag in the other book? Have we forgot about them? Have they been retconned from the canon, from the Fishverse? For some reason, they are what keeps me alive. The hope of banging them, I think. It's not a bad thing, it's a good thing. I beg to differ. I beg to differ. But Rochelle is like a virus. You're like a cancerous tumor. You just fucking live on people and kill them slowly by your mere existence. Everyone who questions her regime gets treated like hell. Good. Whilst those who let her step on them are rewarded greatly. Sounds kinky. Although there is no spiritual reward for it, therefore it's still a form of corruption. What spiritual reward do I get for buying sweets with $1? So that's corruption, I guess. The fact is that Rachel has bus tickets. I swear to God, motherfucker, I will buy you a fucking bus ticket if you shut the fuck up. I will fucking wire you the money for a fucking bus ticket. No, in fact, I will buy a bus ticket, destination of my fucking choosing, if you shut the fuck up. The destination being outside Lance's house or something. Oh, that'd be funny. Oh, he doesn't live here anymore, does he? Oh, shit. Damn. She keeps them away from those who she hates by lying and saying that the bus tickets, are on a donation basis. Yet, in an early conversation in early January, Rachel said, I have a selection process of who gets the bus ticket. I mean, I meaning Rochelle. Yeah, because you're a fucking asshole. Choose who will get them or not. Probably based on who needs them and who's just a dick like you. So to extend that statement, Rochelle can choose who to discriminate against. Myself or anyone she chooses. Without opposition by hoarding bus tickets from those who need them. Just sleeps on a pile of them. But that is not just limited to bus tickets. It includes everything from clothes to shoes, even breakfast, lunch, and dinner. She controls everything, even our lives. No, you can walk away and just live somewhere else. There's literally nothing stopping you. Yet she acts as if everything is fine, which it is not. I question if one day there will be a riot at Hope for Homes. You'll probably try and instigate one and then just get the shit kicked out of you by everyone and thrown on the curb and you'll cry and write another book about it. I am not surprised if there is. Most likely it probably already happened in the past. It will happen again. Yet nobody listens to me. Then as soon as something bad happens, it's always my fault. Probably because it is your fault. Chapter 10. Time after time. Time after time. I love golfing and soccer. I guarantee you use a fucking baseball bat on the golf course because you're so thick. I haven't played in a while because of my legs. I can't walk and travelling is hard for me. Doesn't stop me from supporting West Ham and Manchester United. Can you shut the fuck up and stop pretending you're British? It actually is starting to annoy me how fucking incapable you are of practicing what the fuck you preach, crying about fucking cultural appropriation. Meanwhile, you fucking mosey on in and use my fucking language and mosey in on my fucking tribalism and my fucking culture. Get the fuck out. Shut the fuck up and go away. It's not even the part that you just fucking like trying to get in on my shit. It's the fact that you then turn around and say that other people aren't allowed to do it. If other people aren't allowed to do it, you're not either. Shut the fuck up. I try my best to be positive. Also, why would you support West Ham and Manchester United? The rival teams, you idiot. Writing helps me to release the frustrations of life without causing physical harm on no one. But Rochelle doesn't like my writing. Nobody likes your writing. Nobody. Also, please, for the love of fuck, right, come to Britain. Go to Millwall, right? Those guys love West Ham fans. Go in the middle of Millwall town centre, right? And just start singing the Bubbles song. Just sing it as hard as you can, the loudest you can. That's where my bus ticket will take you. Millwall. And you will sing the Pretty Bubbles song in the middle of West Ham. And you'll stand there and then you'll get the fucking shit kicked out of you by shitting Millwall fans. For those of you who have no idea what I'm talking about, Millwall fans are like the orcs from Lord of the Rings, only more hardcore. They're like a horde of unstoppable beast men who cannot be they cannot be bargained with or reasoned with. They will fuck up your shit. Bearing in mind, ISIS got the shit kicked out of them by Millwall fans. I'm not even kidding. That is true. So yeah, I hope Stetson does get the shit kicked out of him by an army of angry Millwall fans. That would be fucking great. She finds it as a threat to her resolve, but I won't stop writing. Shame. It has become a part of me and a part of my lifestyle. That's why you don't do it for months on end. It has created for me a place to get free from social norms and regulations and to create a world of my own. That world being the world you live in, just you bitching about it. If it's about escapism, why don't you, actually escape? Maybe write a fictional story, a bit like your shitty movie script, which is honestly one of the more fun things you've written. In that way, it reflects on my own lifestyle choices, and in turn, it benefits others. In the case of Rochelle, it is still a threat to her collective, because I am too smart to be a victim of her anti-humanistic regiment, and ideology. Have you noticed everyone who disagrees with you is anti-humanistic? And because I refuse to be reformed to fall into compliance with her requirements and stand up for what is right. Well, you'd have to stand up first, and with those legs, it's not happening, mate. Which said actions happen to everyone.
Every person that I know who does the same type of work that I do goes through the same crap that I do. In different formats, of course, but it still equals the same thing. A life of victimhood and oppression that started even before the days of Jesus.
Sure. Yeah. Okay.
In fact, Jesus and his disciples went through worse torment and persecution than I did.
That's the first you're saying something like that. I was half expecting you to say Jesus on his cross had no idea of the suffering that I went through with my Super Bowl party. At least he died with dignity. I had to watch the Super Bowl. Right. Well,
Yet the very fact that they suffer persecution in the first place are atrocities within themselves.
I'm amazed you aren't accusing conservatives of it.
The fact is that good people somehow are always a victim to evil, and yet evil seems like something good.
If you're such a good person, why do you victimize people then?
The bad ones are highly respected, yet the good ones are persecuted and left to suffer on the side of the road.
I mean, no, not always.
An atrocity no one should never be victim to, let alone good people.
Your idea of a good person is Amos Yee, so shut up.
You would think that by now people would know by now.
I'm not kidding, he wrote that. By now, people would, by now.
That the victimization of humanity is wrong.
Shut up.
We are not in the dark ages, and that information is available to everyone. Yet it still happens, even as it did to Jesus and many before him.
Yes, but in the time of Jesus, people were fucking murdered in their homes for saying a Hail Mary, right? You are told that you just can't live in somebody else's house. Do you see the difference? You fucking idiot. You absolute spud.
So it's not a surprise when these things happen to me. It's just a simple fact that these things in question should never happen in the first place.
What, you being told to shut the fuck up should never happen? Maybe you should just shut the fuck up and it won't happen.
That leads back to Rochelle. There is no excuse for her actions or her character in the simple fact that her monstrosities should not be should not disseminate the livelihood of others. Either way, she is wrong, and you don't have to think like me to know what is right.
Yeah, I agree with that because you are incapable of thinking.
Chapter 11, Jessica.
Okay, so we just moved on to some random girl who's ogling now. Okay.
She is so amazing and beautiful and very sexy, Jessica. Long hair, missing a few teeth, big eyes, nice body, intelligent mind, and a kind heart. My love from the stars. In retrospect, she always liked me, but I only found out last week. There were signs, breadcrumbs, if you will, but I did not follow them. Not because I did not care, but because I did not notice. My mistake, but I'm glad she didn't give up on me.
I wish she did.
She works under Rochelle as a staff member, where I stay. Oh no, she doesn't get treated with much respect by Rochelle's staff or many of the residents there. I can only do so much by myself. I need my team, which now is officially scattered everywhere.
Son of a bitch, I'm in.
In a way, this is Rochelle's fault.
Of course it is. Of course it's Rochelle's fault.
Actually, this is all Rochelle's fault. If there were a dedicated travel fund for the residents where one travel expenses would be compensated or covered completely, then I would fix my team up in Calabasas.
I'll take his word for it.
And get on with my life. Instead, she lingers around not caring. That is why she broke her leg, because karma came back to haunt her for what she's done to the people.
Is that why your legs don't work properly? Is that karma for the shit you've pulled? Or would that be different for some reason?
She cannot blame me, although she will do it anyway, because I am not in any way responsible for her actions and I never will.
Yeah, you use that karma line on someone's family member dying of cancer, so you're a piece of dog shit.
Even if I was, she still has free will. She has her free will to ignore me and discriminate against me. You have a free will to ignore all of this bullshit and just shut up. So much so that she completely ignores wisdom and knowledge for corruption and false beliefs. A bit like you. Yeah, I have no problem with Jessica, because you want a boner. Because of her personal choice to show respect to others. She is not perfect, but she don't have to be perfect in order to do the right thing. You just have to try. That by itself makes all the difference. That's so profound. By that I mean it's a load of shit, but you know. To be continued. And that's the end of the shitty book. For some reason there's 42 pages, but we can't access the last 2 pages. I don't know why. Right, so that was Not in Service 2. Honestly, I found it funny at first that he's just spent the entire fucking book bitching about some woman who owns a homeless shelter. But admittedly, it gets really fucking old real fast. It's just the same shit over and over again. Like, oh no, this is an atrocity. She thinks I'm a douche. Wah, wah, wah. I'm like, okay, whatever. Nobody fucking cares, you idiot. And then he just goes back to crying about it. Yeah, these Not in Service books, everyone is less readable than the last one. And trust me, we've got a few to get through. So yeah, this will be fun.
Welche Kiri heb abbrüchen.